Hello, everyone, and welcome to Be Diced Adventures, presenting the Dimensional Dial of Dr. Diago. I am your game
You
master
said it
for
wrong.
this evening.
This guy.
Sorry,
The audacity.
the Dimensional Dame of Diego Sanchez. That's
That's
the one,
worse
right?
than Tarzan's.
It's actually Dr. Diana.
The dimensional dial of Go Diego Go.
No, Isaac, I know you probably were meaning to mess it up, but her name is actually Deanna Diago.
You messed up. You failed so hard, you got it right.
That's what we call rolling in that one, ladies and gentlemen.
All right. Anywhom, I am your game master for this evening, Matt, also known as War Torn Knight, out there on the interwebs. I am joined once again by the best D&D party that a person could ask for, starting with Victor.
Hi,
Jesus Christ.
I'm Victor. I play Borrow, the Wandering Monk.
Next, we're going to do KJ.
Hi, I am KJ. I play the adorable child healer, Petrichor, and Riley.
Riley? Question mark? That's how it goes. Now we go straight down. Tarzan.
¿Cómo está mi amo? Es por la muerte. Oh, wrong. My name is Daddy Tarzan.
Man.
Sorry, you just never seen Deadpool and
You
Tarzan in the same room together.
What the thing that's really getting me is what you said was, "Hello, how are you? My name is Death Chicken."
Is he wrong?
I mean,
Is he wrong?
there's worse ways to use Spanish, I'll tell you that.
My name is Daddy Tarzan. 82855. You can find me on all social media platforms under that name. I am playing Clucky, the wondrous barbarian anime chicken. Welcome to the shit show.
Welcome to the show. Next, we have Taylor.
Hello, my name is Taylor. I also go by Nerdy Pinup Girl on TikTok. I play Xanthi. She is a sorceress with a lot of mental problems and even more of a drinking problem.
And finally, Isaac.
Hi.
No, I play. Hi, I'm Isaac. I play Crow, the slightly depressed human sniper. And you can find me on most social medias at Anonymous Cosplay.
Why he depressed? He should not be depressed.
He just lost everything. He was gonna
Isaac,
bring. You did it.
you and your emo boys, I swear. Like,
Matt keeps taking my people from me. It's his fault.
excuse me, where are your people?
Not Crow's
shots
people.
fired.
You're my people, not Crow's
No
people.
papa, no papa espresso.
So,
Hey, at least we have a bird involved in the party.
without further
Emotional support
ado,
bird.
everybody, thank you for joining us, and let's get the show started.
Boop, 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 boop.
So, last time on To Be Diced, our ragtag group of individuals began by exploring the aftermath of a very long and grueling fight that they had with some raiders and also some members of the United States Army. The aftermath quickly took a turn as many secrets began to unveil themselves. Number one, a death in the family of the party's friend Kit, Number two, the full truth, well, the semi-veiled truth of what happened with Riley and Petrichor's new host, if you will. The group rallied, took a short rest, and made their way to the dial to meet up with their long-lost friend Scree, who had a touching reunion. The group was able to collect the crystal, but Scree left to go and find Lovitar, who had just broken out of the castle. The group was trying to figure out how they were going to continue forth when, lo and behold, General Robert Parsnick sent his last hurrah, if you will, in the form of a mechanical monster known only as the Super Beast. The party had a grueling time taking down this adversary, and once it was done, a self-destruct system began, and the party was forced to split, leaving behind Lovitar, Scree, and Kit, while everybody else continued on. And where did they end up? Well, for the first time, they ended up in a new dimension where there was no laboratory. There was no small round building that housed the dimensional dial. The pedestal stands in the middle of a vast, overgrown jungle. Ambiance and background images provided by our wonderful producer, Michael St. Gregory.
Woo-woo.
Best producer ever.
With this new setting, the group was looking around, and Bara was the first to hear a sort of reptilian chirping sound and hissing of the local wildlife. So, how would we like to proceed?
Is there any time to rest?
I'm going to say that Borrow, although very aware of what just happened and the weight of it all, the sounds of the wildlife nearby, keep him from sort of lowering his guard or even like letting the adrenaline and energy he already carries from the previous fight to rest. And in a moment, in just after a brief moment after arriving and his head tilting and hearing, he will speak up to the group. Apologies, friends. I'm afraid that we may not have much time to mourn or ponder. And he's going to attempt to use his staff. Is the ground where we're standing, the pedestal for is the dial coming from the ground? Is it like just the dirt of the whole environment, or is there like a little elevation of any kind?
It is dirt.
Okay. So I will say that Bara will crouch, planting his hand on the ground and attempting to use his tremor sense to get a sense of his surroundings.
As you are gaining a little bit of a new perspective on the world around you, there are very tall jungle trees. There's vast overgrown foliage, far as your non-eyes can see. And as you are taking this all in, almost too quick for you to get a good sense of what it is, several, we'll call them for now, signals are rushing basically in and out of your tremor sense. And as it happens, you can hear brush moving from side to side. And It's from basically all sides around you.
The party would probably see that Barrow's usual like tilt is his head is shifting slightly from one side to the other. He's constantly sort of in the same place but slightly adjusting his torso one side, head tilting one side, looking the other way, turning the other way. Are there any of these signals that I'm sensing? Because you're saying in and out, I'm presuming that he senses, okay, there's wildlife, there's a lot of things moving around here. But are there any that seem to be moving in our direction or in close proximity to the point that we should keep an eye on?
Oh, it's definitely. You have a crazy high passive insight, like 18 or some shit like that.
I do.
Barrow, you're being hunted.
Borrow, does Crow notice you kind of like, would you say he notices?
Yeah, no, I mean, it's Crow probably hasn't seen it as much, but considering the fact that you are aware of, you've seen what Barrow can do without his sight. Every time that Barrow has been like keeping track or sensing anything, you see how his motion is. So you would know that currently, the fact that he's moving his body the way that he's doing is that he's pinging like sounds and things around them. And after a moment, you just see him go completely still. His hand extends to try to reach for Petrichor Riley as he says to the group in a very low voice, I am afraid we are being hunted.
Remind me who took the most damage between Clucky and Xanthi.
Lucky's full health right now.
I have 5 temporary hit points, and I'm 4 down. I'm only 4 hit points down.
Who
And
almost died last session?
I did. So Petrichor healed.
We got to take a short rest, though.
Yeah.
I did also some hand of healing on Clucky at one
Yeah.
point.
I will say, as you reach out to take Petrichor's hand, you notice just with your other senses, as you've focused more on that, they're on their knees on the ground, silently sobbing.
Barrow, after he realized the information to the group, he just crouches in front of Petrichor. And you would hear there is a slight sense of urgency in his voice. It's not the usual just serene thing. There's a little more concern. Petrichor, I know that this moment right now is a hard one, but it's not over yet. And I need you with all of us here. Things are coming.
Xanthi, I will say at this time, is probably going to walk over to the crystal and make sure it still looks okay before taking it and putting it in her bag.
Make an Arcana check.
Arcana check?
Mm-hmm.
Sus.
Yay, sus.
Also, Crow will be looking around now that he knows that Barrow's on edge.
That is a 11.
11.
Tell.
Nothing really sticks out that would make you think that it was broken or anything more than just not charged that like it normally is when you guys jump dimensions.
Can I do a basic investigation check by chance just to see if there's anything wrong with this dial that could hinder us in further for us to use it further whenever we get this crystal recharged, or would that still be an Arcana check, I guess?
As you lean forward to try to get a closer look to the actual dial itself, you are interrupted by the sound of brush not 15 feet from you shifting and a high-pitched, almost shrieking sound as something has run basically in and out of your peripheral.
Xanthi is immediately going to kind of back away, and she's going to kind of just immediately kind of take her hand. She's going to point wherever this creature came from, and then like follow in the direction. She goes, something just went this way, and she's gonna let the group know, but she's not gonna try to be too loud about it either. She's gonna try to prevent us from, being a prime target for fresh meat.
Crow, you would notice Clucky has not moved, and his eyes have been locked on the battle axe that was given to him by Lovitar.
My heart!
Crow.
Upon hearing
Go ahead.
Barrow and Xanthi begin to shift their energy from caution to concern, Clucky drops the battle axe on the ground at his feet. And you see him spread his wings, and he just dashes towards the direction of the sound.
Oh no.
Okay.
Xanthi's gonna go and try and pick up the battle axe. And she's not gonna chase after Clucky, but she's gonna keep the battle axe for Clucky whenever he comes back.
Master DM,
Yes.
with when Barrow did the tremor sense to in his surroundings, were the signals that he perceived all ground level, or would he have sensed anything up on the trees, elevated?
Make a perception check for me.
That's a natural 20. Or a total of 28.
What is going around on the ground? You know that it is good size. If we're talking about mechanics, it would be medium sized, and definitely bipedal, but moving very fast. When you are trying to check in the trees, it's hard to make out, but there are smaller creatures that appear to be up in the trees, a few of them that are just kind of perching. They're sort of on the periphery of what you would be able to get with your tremor sense, so you can't quite tell exactly what they are or what they're doing, but there is definitely some things in the trees. And as you're taking this moment for another kind of focusing on what's going on, when Xanthi pointed that there was one over in a certain direction, and then Clucky took off towards it, that sort of signal that you're tracking is heading away, but there are 4 more in other spots that are getting closer. Clucky, you take off into the forest, and you're a hunter, and despite what we think we know about chickens, you are a bird of prey. You take off into this dense jungle. You are flying with your whole speed, and you catch a glimpse of whatever this is as it turns and takes away or starts heading away from you, and what you basically get is 2 legs and a very long reptilian tail. And it is
I'm gonna tame
hauling ass away from you.
I'm gonna tame one.
Oh, I already got spells for this. Like, I'm so ready for this.
Clucky, upon catching line of sight on this creature, he's going to push even harder to catch up to it. Not taking any weapons in hand, he's going barehanded with it at this creature.
Excellent. With that being said, to the remainder, you are now getting these sounds of brush moving and then the screeching sounds darting all around basically what is this clearing that the dial is in.
Crow is gonna get on the other side of Barrow. That way, Petrichor is in between him and Barrow, and he's gonna ready in action with his sniper.
Ready action with your sniper. All right.
How much does Petrichor weigh?
That's a very different question now.
A 10-year-old, I think, weighs about, like, what, 40, 50 pounds?
Let me Google it.
Let
Okay.
me see here. No, definitely not. Hang on.
Oh, no, not a 10-year-old.
About-
10-year-old, maybe.
10-year-olds range from 57 to 100 pounds, so I say
Oh.
roughly 85 pounds.
Okay. With a carried weight of 88.7 pounds currently, would I be able to pick up Petrichor to have them piggyback on me while staying unencumbered? Mr. Diago.
You're muted, Matt.
So adorable.
I'm gonna take the mute as an allowance, and I'm gonna
What
say
is
that you're
your
letting me.
strength score?
It's 11. It says my carrying capacity is 165, and my push drag and lift is 330.
You're going to be pretty close to your max once you have them there. Actually, on top of the 80-pound child, Petrichor, how much stuff you carrying?
Not very much. I super downsized when they transitioned over to human because there's not much on them.
That's true.
The most heavy thing on them is the armor.
So what are you currently carrying? Like, well, your inventory does it say how much in your inventory? Does it say how much weight you're carrying currently?
I'm carrying 53 pounds.
Okay, so that's
So this would have you
Yeah.
encumbered.
Yeah.
Help action.
How much more can Xanthi carry? Because I currently, I am unencumbered, carrying 121 pounds. How much would it be to carry? Because, Xanthi carries a giant ass trunk on her back almost the whole entire time. And, I wouldn't mind being able to, if I can throw the child up on top of the trunk and they can,
Yeah, but there's a reason. I have a particular skill. There's a reason why. keeping
particular
Petrichor
set of
close
skills.
by.
You could just take Petrichor's bag.
That's what I was going to say.
Ah.
I was
Crow
going
can
to
offer to
suggest,
take it too.
since Crow was there, since Crow is right there and he just stopped. If allowed, I would like to basically reach gently to take Petrichor's bag as I call for Crow.
He's right
And
beside you. He's already
yeah.
very attentive.
So,
what do we
he's
need?
he's literally helping Petrichor gently to remove the bag, trying to hand it to Crow, just saying Crow, with his head to the side, as he after that would attempt to just sort of grab Petrichor and help them to his back, and say just hold on tight.
Oh, that is so adorable.
At this
Wow.
point, they're kind of doing what you're asking, but they're not entirely there, completely zoned out. There's a dead look in their eyes. They're basically dead weight at this point.
Crow is gonna say to Barrow real quick as he picks up Petrichor. You go. Don't turn back. I'll cover.
DM, you said that the total, we have a total of the one that Clucky is chasing plus 4 more that I sensed. I would say that in that moment I would take the opportunity to. None of the other ones that Clucky isn't chasing, none of them are in like stationary, correct? Like there's no way, there's no like pinpointing currently in a particular location.
They are constantly moving.
Got it. I would say that Barrow has a moment where he continues to listen, and then he speaks so that Xanthi and Crow can hear. There is one Clucky is after. 4 more moving around us.
Xanthi is going to go ahead and ready her wall of fire spell to put around Petrichor and Barrow if need be.
Can you? I believe that you used.
I ended up sacrificing my first slots to give myself a proper slot so I could do that if I needed to protect them. I made sure I had that spell, and I still have Dominate Beast as well. If
I was re-listening to the last episode, and I remember you saying that you were going to cast Wall of Fire again, and you were like, "Nope, I don't have a spell slot." So
no, I went through. I sacrificed my spell slots to give myself 1 spell slot for Wall of Fire, and that was pretty much to use as a protection for Petrichor mainly. And so I'm going to go ahead and ready that spell. If there's any sort of enemies that come out, it immediately goes around Barrow and Petrichor.
Would Crow recognize that or no?
What, Xanthi about to cast a spell?
Well, you prepping it. I'm not sure if there's like any visual prepping that you do. Because you've cast Wall of Fire a couple times around.
Well, here, let me see what the what I need to do for Wall of Fire real fast, and I'll describe.
He's just going to suggest you don't close off Barrow's exit.
I was going to say that also because I don't necessarily know that Barrow is planning on running right now. You guys, I mean, Barrow is a close quarter. He's keeping Petrichor close, but he's not necessarily interested in just running into a wilderness that he doesn't know without his backup. At best, he's keeping an eye, Mr. DM, on any trees nearby that could potentially be sturdy enough and with branches thick enough that if he wanted to attempt to climb or run up, he could potentially take higher ground with Petrichor.
Noted.
I will say, it looks like I will have to do like visual. I think voice.
I've somatic. Yeah.
Yeah, V, S, and M. I think that means voice, somatic, and I can't remember what M is.
Material.
So I think it's very obvious that like Xanthi's kind of gathering the stuff that she needs to set up Wall of Fire. Now, also remember, I can drop Wall of Fire whenever I need to. So I will say, like, if Crow does say something, I would probably say Xanthi would probably look at Barrow and just be like, "Look, if you need to move, I'll put it down. But if you need protection, that's what it's here for." I will say maybe if communicating with Barrow on it, let Barrow give a certain signal maybe to bring up the Wall of Fire. And also put down the Wall of Fire.
I will say Barrow will just say to the group, I am afraid that in a place so unknown to us, the safest place that we have right now is here, next to one another. We stand our ground, and if we must go, we go.
Xanthi is gonna turn to Barrow, and she said, like, so you told us there's a group of them, isn't there? If we can somehow get them somewhat cornered, I might be able to hold them off and we can make a run for it if we need to. If I can somehow corner them and keep them in a wall of fire, we could probably make a run for it. And then I can drop my concentration and we can try and get some rest afterwards, because we are not going to be able to survive another battle.
Barrow has a moment where you see him go silent for a second, his head tilting again and again. I do not believe cornering these enemies is going to be possible in this terrain. They know it well. As a fire, and he tries to smell the environment. We might have to be cautious. Something tells me that fire in a place like this may become too dangerous even for us.
Well, question for the DM. Is this like a rainforest? Is this more like wet, dense sort of earth, or is this more of a dry jungle?
It's
Would wildfires be more common, or would it be something that would be a bit more difficult just due to the terrain?
a little more difficult, but not. It's not the wettest jungle. It's not like super rainforest, but
Okay.
there's definitely like a little bit of a humidity in the air that makes you feel like it does rain here semi often, and as you're kind of like considering this, the movements between the brush start to get more rapid and closer together, and the screeching sounds that you hear are getting a little bit more pronounced. And it's at that point that a large two-legged reptilian creature takes off out of the brush straight for you guys.
Can I
Yes,
shoot?
I see you, Isaac. You have a reaction prepared. Make it count.
Oh, I'm going to.
Come on! Roll good! Nat 20?
This is one of those moments when I'm thinking to myself, he's going to be amazing, and at the same time I'm thinking to myself, the chaos that it's about to ensue.
I'm usually always grateful when Isaac is rolling for himself because it usually ends up so much better.
I would show you, but it's
compared to
dark.
when
Matt,
Nat
do you
rolls
trust
for
me?
him.
This is a nat 20.
After all these months,
Your
no,
damage.
we don't trust you. Find light, take a picture, and
Take a picture and send it to the Discord. chat
Live,
so we can
live
record
record
it.
your rolls.
I will. Do you want me to? I can.
God, no,
We
right-
should
Roll
start
the damage
doing
already.
that.
I'm working on it.
We should start doing like a live record of our rolls just to see how stuff goes. Because in all honesty, I feel like that would be really fun if we could get a little second camera set up for each of us.
Mine are so bipolar.
I can just hear Michael stressing already at the prospect.
One second. Math is hard. $49.
49.
Oh Lord!
You just sniped a dinosaur. Just
Everybody hears. Actually,
It's
I need to
silence.
specify really quick. This is a normal round, yes?
This is my sniper round, yeah.
Okay. So yeah, everybody just kind of hears that little poof as it leaves his suppressed muzzle. There is a very concussive impact that you hear, followed by a yelp of pain, but it continues to advance and leaps directly between Crow and Barrow, landing on the other side, turning and shrieking right in yours, Barrow's, and Petricor's face. Mouth open wide, sharp teeth directly in your face, claws spread wide, a very loud shriek, and I need everybody to make a charisma saving throw.
Bitch slap.
oh
My
my
other hand.
god.
You said a what saving throw?
Charisma.
That's a
That'll be-
19 plus 8. So that is a 27.
It's a 26.
17 for me.
17.
That would be an 18 negative 3.
Oh no.
50.
Crow,
Oh
you are turned
Turn.
Turned?
Oh, turned!
Yeah!
Turned? What do you mean by
Oh
turned?
my-
I need everybody to roll initiative.
What do you mean by turned?
You're gonna find out I have a capability similar to this.
Oh my god.
Oh, look at that. I rolled 2 19s.
I was an asshole and decided to roll my fucking electric dice, and that was a bad choice. That would be a 5?
This is gonna be the only time initiative ever
I
bites
just
me in the
rolled
ass.
my second consecutive natural 20.
Wow.
Or
I'm giving
25.
myself
Oh.
disadvantage on this roll.
You're really like making up for the karma from last session, right, Victor?
Oh my god.
While that's happening,
Where you're sitting there, I'm gonna hit this thing 4 times. 12,
It was
13,
one.
13, 10.
I'll be right back.
I rolled a 6 plus 14.
I rolled a 5. Like in total, I rolled a 5. I should have rolled my real dice, and Taylor decided to roll her electric dice because she's
Taylor?
a dumbass.
I mean,
How
look on the
did-
bright side. I only have 35 shots left with my sniper.
Taylor, how did you roll lower than me with disadvantage?
Because I don't know,
What did you
Xanthi's probably drunk. What are you thinking?
Petrichor is completely out of it, so I gave myself disadvantage.
And
Yeah,
what did
and
you get?
Xanthi is constantly chugging alcohol. Why do you expect anything else of Xanthi?
What was the number, KJ?
6.
I feel like kids always have more advantage against adults, especially when they have substance issues.
Actually, I didn't need to move you from the last time.
I'm gonna be doing lots of rolling today.
Matt, when I said
Lucky.
traumatize me harder, Daddy, I didn't mean make me
I said
traumatize my own.
Traumatize
I
me
beg-
harder, Daddy.
Never say that ever again.
No, say it all the time,
No.
please.
Absolutely not.
Do it, you coward.
All right. So, with this all being done, Borrow, you have 1 initiative. You are muted, my
You're
friend.
muted.
Please use your
It's
insight.
silly fuck.
Um,
I'm sorry, guys.
I'm going to say, I'm going to say that Borrow's instinctive reaction as soon as he hears the muffled shot and then the shriek, with the shriek being so loud and so close, he hears it rippling through his ears, but he manages to keep himself centered, and immediately his reaction is trying to quiet this thing. So he just, right off the bat, he just swings his staff in a side strike, attempting to quiet this thing and take it down.
Okay. Swing away.
That is a 12 on the first,
Miss.
16.
That will hit. Do me a favor here. Are you going to flurry of blows or are you going to hold it there?
It depends on whether or not this thing is still standing.
It will likely still be standing, if I'm being honest.
Okay. Give me one
The reason
second.
why I'm asking is because I have to step away from my PC for a moment. So I want to tell you whether or not everything hits, and then you can start rolling dice while I'm gone.
Gotcha. Let me. I need to check something real quick.
Okay.
Damn it! It doesn't work. Okay. I'll probably use flurry.
Okay. 2 more attacks.
Ow.
That is a 23
That'll hit.
and an 18.
That'll also hit. So roll damage for 3 attacks. I'll be right back.
Those better be some good rolls. Let's go.
10, 32 points of damage total.
Fuck yeah.
Bitchin'.
Smash.
Is the music skipping for you guys, or is it just me?
Don't
Just
think
you.
It's just you.
Wow.
For what?
Silly goose.
Okay, I'm just gonna
Just
refresh.
you.
I'm gonna refresh, seeing that I can add myself back in.
Cool.
You go, girl. My boobies itch.
So now that the DM is gone, we totally have won D&D. So game over.
Thank you, everybody, for being here. We just want you to know we won D&D.
Thank you for everyone being here. Clucky now owns and dominates all dimensions. All hail the Cluckster.
Clucky's about to bludgeon the shit out of a poor little dinosaur.
I'm really hoping that the turn
I am
isn't
concerned
like
about Clucky because this pack hunting tactics means that if this thing is running away and Clucky's following, it means that that thing wants Clucky to follow.
Exactly, which means it wants Clucky alone because they can probably know they can take down Clucky by himself, but not with other people.
Fine. Fine.
because he's a chicken.
I
Hey,
still have a rage left.
he's the evolution of
It's the
dinosaurs.
biggest
What are you
snack
talking about?
these
He
creatures
can
have ever
fly. They can't. He's fine.
Clucky's gonna
Apologies.
Smash.
Smash.
32 damage total, eh?
Yay.
Indubitably
Alrighty.
gets a.
Gotcha.
I'm also going to say that I am going to I'm going to spend a key point, and I need this creature to roll me a con saving throw.
I saw that coming. It fails.
So the creature is stunned.
I bet it is.
So you can imagine that this thing, it was screaming. Barrow has the moment where it lands, it screams, he manages to calm him, focus himself, and he just swipes the staff. He just does a smack to one side of the head, returns with the other side of the head, and then the third one, he just brings it downward to the top of the skull of this creature, just smashing it down, and then just leaving the creature stunned.
Okay.
Smash.
Excellent. So it is stunned. That will likely be the end of your turn. Crow, you are turned. That means that you must do everything in your power to get away from the source of the turning.
Ah!
Yup.
So what's your speed, buddy?
I guess as like a sniper, that's not a bad thing, but shit.
Am I allowed to describe it or no?
Describe you
Like
getting
that
out of dodge.
turn.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming Crow's back is facing Barrow right now, so Xanthi would probably be the only one to see. But as soon as the thing screeches, you just see Crow's eyes just go wide, and he just turns around and he dashes. He just ran 60 feet away.
60 feet away. Gotcha. All right.
Does the raptor get an opportunity attack?
No, it's stunned.
Not anymore, it doesn't.
Thank you.
Clucky,
Indubitably.
this raptor has been hauling ass trying to get away
Mhm.
from you. And you don't seem to be, like, every time that you feel like you're gaining a little bit, it ends up like, taking a little hop over a log, and you end up going back to, or you end up like losing that ground that you felt like you just gained. Do you
Factor.
pursue?
Oh yeah. At this point, Clucky would be shrieking, essentially calling out a challenge to this creature. Basically, if he was speaking common, be like, "Turn around and fight me, you fucking coward!"
And it is just, dodging, weaving in and out of tree branches and over roots and around rocks, and weaving all the way through this jungle. And go ahead and make me a survival check.
How is Clucky's survival? +5. That's gonna be a 10.
Noted. That being said, This raptor keeps taking off, and to everyone else, 3 more leap right at all of you. And let me think here. So with Crow taking off, we had Barrow with Petrichor on their back, and then we had Xanthi, correct?
Yes.
So the first one runs up to Barrow, shrieking the entire way, and as it makes that advance towards you, you can hear the pads of his feet on the ground. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you don't hear anything, and the sound of the screeching is getting closer still as you don't hear it, as this thing leaps directly at you. It's not going to be great, so you may avoid this. Yeah, that's only going to be a 12 to hit, and even with your flesh being baned by the Super Beast, I think that still misses. So it lands right in front of you and goes to swing a second time with its claw. That is a 15 to hit.
No, it's just...
And then it tries to bite you. That's only a 14 to hit. So it is swinging as hard as it can, trying to attack you, and you're just able to not only keep yourself but also keep Petrichor out of harm's way.
Yeah.
That being said,
Aura is moving it's like a dance, really. He's barely making that much of motion. It's more like keeping himself from moving away from it, using the weight of Petrichor as part of his momentum.
The trained martial artist versus the wild animal, yes, this is something that you're able to just kind of predict very much so what it's going to do and move yourself out of the way at the very last moment. Let's see if Xanthi does the same thing.
Oh, God.
Ooh, that's a dirty 20 to hit.
That hit.
Misses. So sorry.
So
That
that is going to be 10 points of slashing damage, and I need you to make me a strength saving throw.
Are you fucking shitting me? God damn it.
I'm not
Okay.
shitting anywhere.
Okay, a strength saving throw, you said?
Yes.
All right. God damn. This is going to be bad, y'all. I'm just letting you know. So strength, give me just a moment. Ah! Sorry. Okay, so my strength is +1. That is a 18 + 1 for a 19?
This thing, as it leaps at you, its claws, its feet claws and arm claws just going right at you, mouth open wide, tail flailing behind it. It rakes right across your torso, and the momentum of it knocks you back, but you do not fall prone. However, it has 2 more attacks still.
Fuck!
That's another dirty 20 to hit.
Are you shitting me?
That is another 10 points of slashing damage.
Xanthi, what's
And now
your
it's going-
what's your HP? What are you looking like right now? Just I need to know.
Okay, so question. Do I have my 72 health points?
Not the time to freeze. How dare you?
I have killed Xanthi.
Because we did get a long rest, and
Short
does that
rest.
mean I
Yeah,
no
short
longer...
rest.
Sure.
Oh, shit. So, yeah, no, I still don't have my full fucking HP. So, yeah.
You could have rolled.
What other
No, you
damage
should-
do I
You
take?
should have been able to roll your health, which could possibly get you back.
No,
to full
I
health.
have up my... But the thing is that due to the radiation, my HP was dropped by 10. So...
Yeah, that's right.
I went from 72 HP to 62 HP. And
Yeah.
until I get a long rest, I don't get that HP back.
Mm.
So
We were
I
missing that
current-
vital context because you,
Well,
you
just
lagged out.
just to be clear, you're starting this fight with your current full health, correct?
I was like 4 points down.
Just,
Um,
just
I'm
cool.
currently at
You
40
healed.
health. I
Okay.
currently have 40 health right now after that attack.
Okay.
Cool. All right.
I was just wondering if I had an extra 10 health points or not. I don't. So,
All right.
Well, good, because now it's going to bite you.
fantastic.
That one's only a 19 to hit.
That still hits.
And this one is... Alright. That's only 4 points of piercing damage.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you. I love
You're
it.
welcome. You're
I
welcome.
appreciate the gift, great DM.
And the final animal comes out and also tries to pounce Borrow. That's a dirty 20 to hit.
Son of a.
I need you to chill out.
Bitch.
So, with that
I
being
got you, Victor.
said, you take 9 points of slashing damage, and I need you to make a strength saving throw.
Jesus.
You make a strength saving throw. You make a strength saving throw.
Everybody gets a strength saving throw.
When does Clucky get to smash something?
That's a 15.
15 is the DC. You do not fall prone. However, it still has 2 more attacks. That one is only an 8 to hit.
Yeah,
And
it
then
is.
The bite is a 23 to hit.
Rawr!
Yeah, that's what it sounded like.
Yeah.
That is 9 points of piercing damage this time.
Rawr.
So, with that being said, this entire group of, let's get technical around here, the Deinonychus attacking you guys.
You bastard!
Mhm.
It's the feathered raptors.
Welcome back, KJ. It is Petrichor's turn.
Yep. I already did some rolling for background stuff. Victor, what easily accessible weapons does Borrow carry?
What?
There is
Darts.
a small knife on his belt. There is Lovatar's whip. And I don't think this is actually like. Oh, and there's some of the darts. I think I still have like 3 darts that Crow.
Tranky
gave
darts.
me. Tranky darts, yes. I
want to take
I have a spear in my inventory, but I'm not sure if actually that ever came to me because I think that was a spear that I would have taken from Clucky, but I don't think we ever got to that. So whip, dagger, and darts. I think that would be it.
Oh boy, this is new stuff. You will have noticed after the one roared in the face, Petrichor snapped back to attention. And the energy they're giving off is similar to when they would short circuit and their eyes would change to red. Similar energy.
Mhm.
And they'll slide the dagger and the small knife from their places. And they're gonna go for the one that is stunned.
Roll to attack with advantage.
So 23.
That'll hit.
Daggers are a D4, I believe, right?
Correct.
And then your choice of strength or dex, because out here
Finesse.
dripping in finesse.
They're exactly the same. That would be 5 points of damage.
5 points.
Bonus action. Oh, wait. Hold on. I get to add a d6 to this garbage. Sneak attack. 9 points of damage.
Ooh,
They went with rogue.
Hello.
9
It was
points
not-
of damage.
So 4 additional. Okay.
How many classes do you have now? You're just a
3.
walking encyclopedia of classes.
I have
Jesus.
3.
Did I just hear the baby went rogue?
Yes.
Okay,
Did
Lovatar.
the baby went rogue?
Bonus action. Attack again.
It's the chemical brain chemistry.
It's the brain chemistry. God damn it!
22 to hit.
That'll hit.
3 additional points of damage.
Okay.
Did Petrichor hop off, or are they attacking from my back?
They slid out of where they were placed.
Got it.
So you're on the ground now?
Mhm.
Okay, gotcha.
Swiping at the ankles.
All right.
Is that
Xanthi, your turn.
super fun? All right, so what all is around me that is threatening, of which I can attack?
There is one animal attacking you directly, and there are 2 flanking Borrow and Petrichor. And then there is the stunned one that would technically be on a third side of them.
Okay, so with the one that is attacking me, what is like? So if like I'm here and the one attacking me is here, where would the 2 that are flanking Xanthium or Borrow and Petrichor be?
It's about a 5-foot step for you to get to either one of them if you are trying to get in
If
melee
I
with
were, to, is there any place that I can step to where I can make a straight line and not hit Borrow and Petrichor?
Opportunity attack from them, though.
Correct. So you would incur an attack of opportunity, and at most you'd be able to hit 2 of them without hitting Borrow and Petrichor.
Give me, okay, I have 2 more sorcery points. Can I do Careful Spell and just attack this dinosaur and use Careful Spell to prevent hitting Petrichor and Borrow?
So you want to hit the 3 that are around Petrichor and Borrow.
Yes.
Alrighty. With your
The one
Careful
that's
Spell,
attacking me and the 2 that are flanking Petrichor and Borrow.
I believe that means that you guys get an auto save on this.
Correct.
Which Borrow, that means that you take no damage. Petrichor, you would take half.
Wait, what? It still damages?
Careful spell.
Depending on the spell, which you asking about a line and knowing your spell list, you're probably asking for Angenzar's Scorcher.
Okay, yeah,
It does
to
say that
automatically
they take half.
succeed a saving throw. Okay,
Yeah.
I do not want to hurt the baby. Xanthi would not let that happen, so that is not going to happen. I think I will probably then shit.
Just right on the ground,
Firebolt.
right there.
What? Okay, is there any
Yeah, you
of
said
these
you shit right on the ground. Just that you just
any
off.
of these
That's right.
dinos?
You just shot
Does
on
any
the
of them
ground.
look like the leader?
The one that is stunned.
The one that is stunned. Due to the fact that it is stunned. Ooh. Which one's stunned? The one that Borrow attacked?
We both, Petrichor and I.
We both attacked it.
And
Okay.
Crow did 49 damage to it. Thank you very much.
You're not here. You're like 60 feet away. You can't argue.
Shut up, coward. I had to.
I
I'm
thought
sorry.
that Crow was the one doing the shots firing.
Punch it.
Mother!
Stab it. Shoot it. Firebolt it. Whip it. Whip it real good.
Pop it. Pull it. Spin it.
Something.
Flick it.
All right. Give me just a moment.
That's a clip for the TikToks.
Just a moment.
Okay.
Just a moment.
All
5 turns
right.
later. Just a moment.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to figure
I'm joking.
things
I'm
out.
messing with you.
I'm Like,
Chris
would
just
you
said
rather me-
absolutely
would you
teabag
rather
it.
me just like cast fireball and call it a day? Like I can do that. Like, but I'm trying to give Xanthi some development of some sort that's not chaotic, set everything on fire. So I am doing my best here. All right.
Taylor, we love you.
Oh my lord.
We love you and all the
Brain
chaos
chemistry.
that you're doing.
Brain chemistry.
See,
chemistry.
Xanthi already came so far. She didn't just light everybody on fire. When we first started, she would have.
See?
She would have been like, I used petrichor and borrow as fuel to make the fire bigger.
You guys, I would like to bring to attention the fact that Matt is wearing a Jurassic Park shirt.
Oh my God!
You're just now observing that? A little late to the game there.
You are a terrible rogue.
Okay. So Xanthi is going to turn to the beast that seems to be the head honcho. Like, is it obvious that this thing is giving commands? Is he like the head of the little
he's
brigade?
stunned. He's
Done.
not doing anything.
Can't do anything.
He's not doing anything.
Literally stop.
I will say that while all of these giant lizards, as Xanthi would know them, Xanthi's not a paleontologist. Xanthi doesn't know dinosaurs. But yeah, those giant lizards, they all do have
A pecking order?
Well, no, pecking. No, Clucky has a pecking order. It is peck you first.
And
then
he
peck
wants
you,
to go peck
then
something.
Um,
He wants to peck the shit out of this dinosaur so bad.
That being said, they do have patches of feathers along their forearms, on the back of their legs, and then going down their spine. This one that is stunned, the feathers are more colorful and pronounced, and what you're actually looking at is the alpha male.
All right, so Xanthi is going to point at the alpha male, and she is going to cast Dominant Beast on 4th level.
All right.
And you're going to have to make a Wisdom saving throw of 16.
All right. These things have a plus 17 to their wisdom save. No, I'm kidding.
I was about to just be like, I give up. Xanthi's dead. Goodbye.
How do you cast the spell? Paint a picture for us.
I would say Xanthi probably turns to the one that is prone, and she just kind of points her finger at it, and she just kind of grumbles something in Draconic and try to dominate this beast. It is a dinosaur. Maybe Draconic might actually like
Wait,
commute with its
can
little
we-
noggin. I don't know.
Can we just
What do
hear
you grumble in
Taylor
Draconic?
talk dragon?
Oh god damn.
She sees the words in
I just want a
Draconic.
translation,
Sit-
but he's the one that's making you do extra things.
Yeah.
Ah!
Yell at the wall.
All right, give me a moment.
Just say open. Open.
Sorry, is that Corey Taylor around here? Releasing or something?
Okay.
Oh my god.
So what is the translation of what you say?
Probably the translation would be listen here, beast, and do as I say.
So this beast is stunned, and as you point at it and give it this ultimatum, it's still trying to shake off this stun condition, but it gets its head tilted so that one of its eyes is looking right at you, and as you finish what you're saying, you watch its slitted pupil dilate.
Okay. Sorry, I am very excited. This is the first time I've gotten to use this spell.
I told you towards the end of last session, just make it through this combat and I'll let you use it.
I know. Like, I got this spell and I'm like, I'm totally gonna be able to use this on, like, monsters and shit. And, like, no, we ended up dealing with the shitty government, which, like, is a whole different kind of monster that doesn't apply to the spell, but we're not gonna get into that. But, I will say, as soon as she sees the pupils dilate, so it says, It says no action required, to which the beast will obey. You can specify a simple or general action, such as attack that creature or run over there or fetch that object. All right, so I would say once she realizes that this monster is taken over, she's going to pretty much demand it to have its little brigade or its little guerrilla warfare thing called off. I don't know. Dinosaur. Like, I feel like velociraptors are like the guerrilla warfare of dinosaurs. Like that's just
Their
how
pack?
Yes, their pack.
Call off their pack?
Their death squad.
Okay, so Xanthi isn't a paleontologist. Neither am I.
A
So
murder of Deinonychus.
Call off your glee club. You
A discovery of raptors.
Oh my god.
we're going to be learning a lot of things about paleontology.
So, I apologize. Remind me again. You have to command it as a bonus action, or you just give it a command.
It does not. I believe it does not require not here. Let me reread the whole thing to you. So you attempt to fuel a beast that is seen within range, must succeed a wisdom saving throw or be charmed by you for the duration. Creature is friendly. Blah blah blah. Okay, so while the beast is charmed, you have a telepathic link. As long as the two is the same plane of existence, blah, blah, blah. So, you can use telepathic link to issue commands to the creature, and it says in parentheses, no action required. So
Okay.
maybe it works as like, if you were to summon like a fae or something, it's kind of like
you just tell it what to do, and on its initiative, it'll do its best to follow your orders.
fuck yeah, okay. So she's gonna tell it, hey, call your pack off, bitch.
All right.
I'm sure it'll understand.
So that was your action. Do you have anything for your bonus action, or are we moving on? In
Is there? You said there were two flanking, Petrichor and Barrow.
Yes. So there's the two flanking them. There is a third one that is stunned and now dominated, and then there is one that is breathing down your face.
Okay, so the one that's breathing down my face, Xanthi's just gonna grab her dagger and just shank that bitch in the neck.
I'll allow it. Why not?
It's an offhand weapon, so that does work as a bonus action, correct?
It's some funny things because you're supposed to be able to do that if you've used your action to attack with a melee weapon. However, I don't care. Go for it.
Okay, I
Go for it!
Let's
Go
do
for
it.
it! Go for it!
okay, I'm going for it. Calm down. There's this thing called breathing Tarzan. You should try it.
Not relevant during D&D.
You know what? That's fair. All right, I'll just roll with that. All right, so dagger, that would be an 11 to hit.
That unfortunately does not hit.
She misses, and she just swings her dagger, and it just goes right past the neck.
It just kind of like goes back a little bit and kind of like jumps forward, its mouth opening, it hissing at you.
Couple T-Rex arms, just.
Barrow, your turn, sir.
This stunned, now dominated beast. How's it looking?
The dominated one?
Yeah.
Fucked up.
Go for the other ones. If we can call off the others, we can avoid the rest of these.
I'm aware of that. I'm just Barrow. I'm just playing fair to what Barrow would actually perceive and notice about this whole situation.
Fair
Due to
enough.
the fact that he's also blind, it's not like he can see the pupils dilate from the.
That being said, though, actually, I believe that it is stunned until the end of your turn, correct?
My turn, yeah.
So as it is, we'll say that like as it's like wearing off, its attention is diverting to Xanthi, who I know that you don't speak Draconic, but being that you are the most insightful motherfucker, you know that Xanthi was talking to it. Whether or not this thing could understand it word for word, that remains to be seen. But Xanthi is trying something.
I will say I do not blame Barrow for thinking that Xanthi's just batshit crazy, considering how she is. But I'm gonna let you interpret that how you want.
Yeah.
You've heard her speak Draconic before.
Yeah, but that could be
Sure.
like her casting a spell on the thing and it failing. Like, there's no way for me to know that means that she succeeded. Like, she attacking it doesn't mean
Does the dinosaur give any coos of like?
it's stunned.
Yeah, right now
Oh.
the only sounds that it's making are sounds of frustrations and the fact that its body is not moving for the first time in its life.
I'm going to say that while Borrow still, yes, he heard, and sorry Taylor, but even though he heard Xanthi call out interconic to this thing, Petrichor slipped off his back and went to attack it. So now Petrichor is also a goddamn thing. And while he has other creatures around him, he knows that this thing is not going to be stunned for much longer. He doesn't know what to expect after that. So as
That's fair. That's
so
absolutely
as
fair.
he hears Xanthi, but then he sees Petrichor also like go with like taking weapons from his belt and attacking this thing. He just continues and resumes as he just goes with his staff and aims to try to knock this thing down.
Okay.
So I'm rolling with advantage.
Yep.
Okay. So the first one is a 21.
That'll hit.
The second one is an 18.
Roll damage for the first one.
Okay. 9
We'll
points.
bank that 18 for you. 9 points?
Yeah.
You swing at this thing, and as you make contact, it falls over.
God fucking damn it!
Is it dead?
I will. That's actually up to Victor as the person who has dropped it to 0 HP. For when you are using a weapon that deals bludgeoning damage, you have the ability to choose whether you knock it unconscious or kill it.
I'm just imagining Borrow just hitting this thing over and over again. With
No,
a stick.
I'm going to say that Barr wouldn't have killed it. It would have been the kind of thing where his strike would have, again, like the same way that he managed to stun it with the first slam. The second slam is just the same, repeating on the same point of impact, just to bring it down and knock it down. It could be different whether or not he's able to figure out whether he's able that this would kill this creature or not, as he doesn't necessarily is familiar with this kind of creature. But I would say that, yeah.
This
As
is
the
why we
player,
can't
what
have
is your intent? To knock out or to kill?
I mean, getting it out of the equation. If I can knock it down, like if I can be unconscious, I would.
Okay. Then it is knock the fuck out.
God
That
damn
being
it.
said, you did bank an 18 if you would like to use your second attack at one of the other ones that is on you.
Yes.
We are naming them 2 and 4. 2 being the first one that pounced at you, the second one being 4.
Whichever one of the two would be closer to Petrichor.
4.
So
Okay.
I'm going to say that 18 goes to 4.
And damages?
That is 12 points of damage.
Got it. All right.
Flurry of blows.
Okay.
That's a dirty 20 to hit.
That'll hit. Tarzan, get your sword out of your nose.
Total of 7 points of damage.
7.
Yep.
Got it.
And that's a 12.
12 to hit? 12
Yeah.
does not hit.
That's fair.
Alrighty. Crow. Might as well change your name to Forest because you are running. And to finally answer your question, the definition of turning is that you do everything in your power to get away from this. So if you deem that you would then action surge to get an extra 30 feet away from this thing, that's up to you.
Do I get to make a save first?
Turning doesn't give you a save every round.
Bastard. You bastard.
Anybody could have rolled low.
I'm
And
just
out of
saying-
all of your, you have an average roll of 25 on a d20.
Except for my
This is
charisma. I didn't
this
think
is tough.
charisma's negative like 3. My strength. He's gonna just run another 30 feet and turn invisible.
That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense.
Dog, go lay down. I love you. Go. Go.
All right,
Look
dog.
at me.
Yeah, dog. Yeah, dog.
I always just tell them that they're adopted.
We did adopt him. But so was I.
Okay.
So,
Hey, adopt, don't shop.
I will allow you a chance to try to gain some extra ground because, if I'm being honest, while you are both dashing, you and this animal have the same speed.
Shut the fuck up. This dude has a 50-foot walking speed? Holy shit.
So I know that it's
Welcome
kind of your MO,
to Jurassic
but kind of like push yourself. I will say that if you make a athletics check, we'll call it a
Here's the
DC.
thing, though. Here's the thing, though. Does flying speed also count against your walking speed? Because I have a 50-foot range of flying, but I also have a 35-foot range of walking.
So your speeds do not stack onto each
Damn,
other.
that would have been cool, though.
It would be nice, but unfortunately, that is not how the game is built.
So I have to choose either walking or flying. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Some bitch. All right. What am I rolling? Just a flat D20?
Athletics check.
Oh, athletics. Ooh.
DC
Well, Clucky's
18.
already-
If you pass it, then we're going to cut the distance in half as Clucky pushes himself.
Well, Clucky's already raging because he's pissed off, too. So that works just peachy. Athletics plus 8. You said 18?
Mhm.
10 plus 8.
Beautiful. So it was maintaining sort of like a 50-foot gap. You managed to cut that down to 25. And if you're able to do that again on your next turn, you are in melee with this thing. However,
Yeah.
go ahead and make a survival check for me.
Again. Yay. It's gonna
I don't know
be
why
a
those make me so nervous.
17 this time.
17 this time. So now that you are like looking around and you're getting closer to this thing, you now realize that with your 10 last turn, you don't know where the dial is.
Uh-uh.
Oh no.
You've gotten turned around in this forest, and yeah, you are getting closer on this thing, but you're also alone and you don't know where your friends are.
Oh god damn it.
that's when the T-Rex comes out.
Next up,
Uh-oh.
Yeah. We lost the chicken.
God damn it.
Chicken and a crow.
I take it that a 10 does not hit Borrow.
That hits. That meets.
Burrow, no.
This Dynamicus number 2 wants to just roll low. That's 3 misses for it. So number 3, which is attacking Xanthi, however,
God damn it.
that's a 19 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
That is 9 points of slashing damage.
Fuck Knuckles.
That's an 18 to hit. Ooh, that's 3 points of slashing damage.
Well, at least
And-
it's not as bad as 9 points.
And the last attack, the bite, it's a 23 to hit.
Mother.
Are you fucking kidding me?
This one is fucking at like this. So like the one that was first attacking Borrow didn't roll above a 10. This one has been like 15 and up.
Does
the entire
this
time.
tell me what damage I have?
9 piercing damage.
Fudge.
How you looking, Xanthi?
Xanthi is looking rough as fuck right now. She is at 15 hit points. If she probably, honestly, if she gets attacked again, she's probably dicked. And not in the good way.
Oh my god. This is a family show, ma'am. No, it's not. Not at all. Not at all.
It definitely isn't.
Aro and Petrichor.
Yeah.
Would either of you like to take an attack of opportunity as Deinonychus number 4
You bet I
is
do.
backing out of your reach?
Yes. 25.
Duh.
That hits.
18.
That also hits. Both of you go ahead and roll some damages.
13.
15. Not 15. Wow. 5.
So 18 total
18 total.
between the two of us.
Okay. And with that, it actually runs back into the bush.
Uh-oh.
Petrichor, it's your turn.
Moving to the next closest target. Bonus action. Harness Divine Power, which is one of my channel divinities, which is a bonus action. Action. Swipe at number 2. What does that say? Natural 20.
Yes, Queen.
And I have a first level spell back. We're pumping a Divine Smite.
Oh, let's go, the Emperor! Yes!
Okay, and because Barrow is there, you actually get some sneak attack.
Do I get crunchy crits on all of the dice that I'm rolling?
Yes.
Just how do you do it? Come on. Just
Go on.
Give it to him.
come on.
Finish him.
What am I rolling for?
Fatality.
D8.
This thing is going to meet its maker at the hands of the Petrichild.
Wait till Clucky gets
At the
his hands
baby
on
in the
this bastard.
The
apocalypse.
last thing this thing is going to see is a vision of Clucky before it just...
Victor, I forgot you took Love's whip.
Well, I didn't.
Does, by chance, do I have, like, since I have all of Lovitar's stuff, do I have the carved rat?
You
No.
would.
That
No,
was
I
insane.
did not.
They did
You
buy
sure?
autopsy
gave it.
on him.
He gave it to. Didn't Lovitar hand it off to someone?
I think they might have handed it off to Petrichor, in all honesty.
Lovitar never saw Petrichor. That's what made me cry when I
No,
rewatched
but I'm-
because they
but-
saw him. Anyway, Matt, that's 45 points of damage.
Whew!
Okay, Crow. Okay, Crow.
How do you want to do it?
Let's go! Little
The
baby!
little child in the apocalypse that caused brain chemistry.
You guys,
Eviscerates.
First
You
kill! I'm so proud of them.
this is Petrichor's first actual kill. In an energy similar to Clucky's rage and a swiftness matching Lovitar or Crow, seeing where Barrow had hit the first one to stun it, they focus their attack there and just dig as deeply into the skin as they can.
You lunge forward at this thing and hit kind of like where the neck meets the collarbone, and you feel your dagger surge with divine energy as there's a little bit of a burst upon impact. And Petrichor, you actually take this thing over and take it to the ground, and it wails in pain And when you look down, you hit this thing so hard, not only the dagger pierced the flesh, but your hand is in its throat up to the wrist.
Eesh. Right in the brainstem. Look at that.
I am so proud of you.
But also traumatizing a toddler.
Blood everywhere.
Happy birthday.
Laura doesn't have enough books to deal with all the things that he has to face. As a Papa Core, I'll tell you that much.
How to
Auntie's just
treat
like, yeah!
How to treat your child when they become a sociopath for dummies.
How to train your baby paladin.
Yeah. All right.
Magical tantrums.
So that being said, there is still the one that is attacking Xanthi. Is there anything else that Petrichor is left? All right.
That's the new rogue. It's hide action.
Yeah. Bonus action hide.
Yeah.
They just did so
Disappeared.
well. Another nat 20.
Yep.
Another nat 20.
Invisible.
Shadow.
We will
And Xanthi walks away
double
as well.
check. We will double check it. Oh yeah, it's Xanthi's turn next. Shoot.
Perfect timing.
Hi everyone. Go ahead and find us on all the social medias at 2bdicedadv. Twitter, YouTube, Instagram. I believe we're on Facebook now, and of course TikTok. And that's where you're going to find all these people with their little handles that is under the name, the character name and stuff. So
And tune into next week's episode where Clucky finally catches this dinosaur that pissed him off. Bludgeon!
Stay tuned for the spin-off, Clucky No Way Home.
72 hours later.
No way. Old Clucky instead of Old Yeller, Old Clucky.
Yeah.
Petrichor, just double checking, is that the end of your turn after you just completely annihilated one of my monsters? Alrighty. That would bring us to
Hey, they're back! Fine. Look
Did
at
you guys do
It's your turn.
a group trick to get some snacks? Is that what it was? You guys went and got snacks together?
No, it's birthday, and family keeps saying they're going to come over, but then they don't actually show up when they say they're going to show up.
Oh.
I'm just trying to get snacks.
It's your turn, Xanthi.
Okay.
Ah.
I'm here. My door was closed.
It is
All
your
right.
turn, but you have the only living one that is still present, still in melee range with you.
How's it looking?
Fresh.
Ooh.
Fresh?
Yeah, like
Is there anything within range of me attacking this thing with a giant splay of fire?
Just the
as long
forest.
as you point it at it, you're good to go. there is the forest. Yeah, that's good.
Just-
Okay,
Just
you know what? Fuck
wall.
it. Xanthi's just gonna cast the cantrip firebolt at it.
There we go.
All right. Give me a roll.
Alright, roll is +8, so
I
that
was
is
trying to.
oh my god! I'm taking a picture. That is a natural 20 on the fucking firebolt.
There we go.
I'm concerned because we've had a lot of nat 20s on this.
No, I'm taking a
discussion.
picture right now to show
New
you that
dimension,
this
who
is
dis?
indeed a nat 20.
I'm sure it's not a bad omen for future.
No, not at all.
Wait till Clucky gets a hold of his dinosaur.
You guys do normally have a very strong start into a dimension, and then you're usually getting attacked on your way out.
You're missing every strike.
But I am posting the nat 20 right now in the dimensional dial chat. But
also
yeah, that is
posting
a
that?
nat 20. So does
Alrighty.
that mean I get to roll critties on?
Yeah, buddy, max it
Yeah.
out. Let's go.
So roll your you're level 10, so that's normally 2d10. So
Crits.
your firebolt, you're going to be rolling 2d10. You're going to be adding, or no, you don't add a modifier to cantrip. So it's 2d10 plus 20 that you are getting because this is a crit.
Yeah,
2d10 plus 20?
You
Mhm.
bet your ass.
Oh my fucking god. Okay, so I actually have D10, so I'm gonna actually roll these D10. Let me.
I take it back. You are a draconic sorcerer. You get to add your charisma modifier as well.
So that's a plus 8. So that's plus 28.
Okay.
Jesus.
People watching the Twitch stream, we were having some audio difficulties there.
This is a D10, right?
Yes.
Yep, roll it.
Okay.
Roll it.
All right. All
Roll 2
right. I get 2 D10. I'm getting my second one right now. Give me a moment. Give me a moment.
5 moments later.
Fuck you. Okay, all right. I got my 2 D10 here. You ready?
Uh-huh.
So I have a 0 and a 9.
So that is a 10 and a 10 and a 9. That is 19 plus 20, and then plus your charisma modifier.
37.
So what? How do I identify my charisma modifier? I'm guessing
the
my
plus-
charisma.
That's your plus 8.
So that would be a +4.
So yeah, that is 43 points of damage. Xanthi, how do you want to do it?
One shot.
Xanthi is just literally going to raise her, like you can tell by the look on her face. She's like, I am exhausted. I have not rested in so long. You can tell this bitch is tired. And she just raises her hand at this dinosaur, casts fucking firebolt, and it's just going to shoot right through its neck, and as it's just like reeling in pain and screeching out, Xanthi is just watching it as it's just dying in front of her, and she's just like, yes.
Oh my God.
She is so tired, she just wants a nap.
To all of you soon-to-be sorcerers out there, you don't always have to rely on spells. You can use a cantrip.
That was that was a cantrip, and yes.
Xanthi has been going to the Silas Hayden School for Firebolts.
Xanthi went to the school of the laboratory of set everything on fire and destroy what's given and told to destroy, and that's how she goes about it.
It's the same same school.
Same curriculum.
He's a professional arsonist, which I fucking love.
So, given the situation, narratively speaking, I am going to jump to Clucky.
Who's lost?
Sir,
Chasing a dinosaur.
Are you continuing your chase?
Oh, Clucky's singularly focused at this point. He just wants to smash something with his bare hands.
Make an athletics check. And yet again, same thing, DC 18. If you are able to pass it, you will close the distance.
26.
Clucky, you have caught this thing.
He is immediately going for a grapple, taking him to the ground.
Okay. Roll a athletics check. You have advantage because you are raging.
Mash.
It's going to be a 26 again.
You reach forward with your open hand, you grab this thing by the tail and yank it, and it trips and falls to the ground underneath you.
And then he is going...
Because this thing and you were in a full sprint, I will say that
fall damage?
You are both now prone.
Okay. He's going for a unarmed strike at this point with his second attack. It is going to be a 20 to hit.
That'll hit.
He's going to take 5 plus 3 bludgeoning damage from his fist.
Alright. Not
So
even the
8.
claw, just punching. Holy.
Oh yeah, he's punching the shit out of this fucking thing. Bonus action, he's going to also use his talents to scratch up Deinonychus's gut. You know, just eviscerate him from the waist down as well, while he's punching the shit out of him. So this is going to be...
Any extra damage, Clucky's gonna do it.
Yeah, that's going to be 20 to hit again.
That'll hit.
Where's my D4s? Give me a juicy D4 to hit. Come on. It's going to be 2 plus 4, 6 slashing damage from his talons on his gut as well.
Alrighty. Your punching and slashing away at this thing. It wails in pain. Just moving right down to its turn. You have it pinned. It only has one thing to do, which is full attack with disadvantage because it is prone. So,
Actually,
that's
I
14 to hit.
14 does not hit now.
Alrighty, that's one claw. That is also going to miss, and then the bite. Nope. All 3 attacks miss.
Accurate. Clucky's just fuck. Bah, 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 bah.
Like you. Go for it. You got this thing on the ground underneath you.
7 plus 8, 15.
15 does hit.
All right, that's another 8 bludgeoning damage.
8 more. Got it.
Ooh, 11.
11 does not hit.
Okay. Misses 1 punch. He's going for a talon strike again. That's going to be a 21 this time.
21 does hit.
8 slashing damage from his talons. He's just fucking going to town on this guy.
Alrighty. Back to it real quick. It, again, has no other choice other than trying to attack back at you. That's a miss. It's disadvantages for killing it.
Love being a grappling master.
The bite is a 19 to hit.
That hits.
That is 6 points of piercing damage as this thing just kind of sinks right into your shoulder flesh.
I'll take it. Nothing but a scratch. All right. Oh wait, that's halved because he's raging. That's right. All right. Cool. Only took 2 points of damage on that one because I had a temporary health from the last dimension. All right, going for another attack. What is that? That's a 15 plus 8, 23.
That will hit.
Another 8 damage, bludgeoning from the unarmed strike. Just literally just pounding into this dude's head, trying to cave it in. 26 to hit again for the unarmed strike.
How do you want to do it?
Ooh. So you just see Clucky just. Oh, no one's around to see this. So does a tree actually fall in the woods or make a sound?
No, I want to see this. Crow sees it. He ran that far.
People in the woods, they do make a sound, but nobody hears it.
So Clucky is just so fueled with rage right now. The weight of Lovitar being left behind in the dimension is just fueling every strike into this dinosaur's face. As he bites into his shoulder, he just throat punches him to get him to release, and then just goes for a King Kong and just pries this dinosaur's head in half, down the middle, and just starts pecking at the back of this dinosaur's throat. And finally just rips the head up from the neck and just picks it up and just squeezes it with one hand until it just explodes and gray matter just sprays all over Clucky's face.
As you have foretold it, then so shall it be. You have murdered this dinosaur.
Yes!
So,
Whose mic sounds like an alien?
yeah, I was just wondering that. Tarzan, was that you bouncing that was making that noise?
It's not me making the noise, but it's me bouncing to it.
I have no idea what it is.
Wait, Taylor, mute your mic for a
Is it
second.
mine?
Yeah, it was Victor's.
Dryer? You got your dryer running?
Fan.
Oh, AC.
The basic air conditioning.
We have figured it out.
It's actually me.
Yeah, like it's dead quiet in my studio. Like,
Can I come back to the out now?
Well, really quick, Clucky, you have a fresh coat of blood paint all over your stark white feathers.
Mm.
And as you are coming down from your rage, you posture up and you look around, and this is when it really sets in. You don't know where people are. So,
He
I will say, are we out of initiative?
yes, but right now we are
dealing with the aftermath of Clucky's decisions.
we are
I will
on-
say, upon Xanthi still has Clucky's battle axe that he
Yes.
dropped that he got from Lovitar. So I think Xanthi would probably go out and just. I would say she would probably make a chicken noise.
Well,
She would go out and attempt to do what Scree taught her and just go, "Baga," and just yell out, "Fuck you" and chicken.
Xanthi, do you have inspiration?
No, I don't. No, I don't. You get inspiration for that.
It's the second
I love
inspiration of the night.
Yes. So yeah, Xanthi goes out and just goes, "Baga," and just yells out, "Baga." And if a dinosaur shows up, but she wants to make sure Clucky can hear her. Like she yells out adamantly, just "Baga."
Clucky, make a perception check for me.
Fingers crossed. It's going to be a 16.
16.
Oh, wait, no. Yeah, 16. Sorry. Looked at the wrong one.
From
The
this
entire
distance,
world.
a 16 ain't quite gonna cut it. So, Clucky,
Can I
You
roll
don't
a
quite
survival
hear
check to see if there's any feathers that were left from him flapping his wings aggressively? Is there
perhaps, but I want to see what the, as we have very seldomly mentioned, toddler chicken is going to do in this moment.
So Clucky, again, the memory of Lovitar is still fresh in his mind. He's standing there taking in the tranquility of the jungle around him at the moment, as he calms his breath, his chest heaving with frustration. He wipes the matter from his face and looks around, and it starts to set in that he is actually lost. And his first instinct is to immediately go straight up to see if he can see his friends from the sky. So he just flies straight up into the sky.
I will say Xanthi will be like kind of when she went out and called out Baga, it would be kind of out in the open to where any possibility of Clucky seeing her.
We'll see how that all matches up in just a moment.
Baga.
Crow, roll me a D8.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh no!
Rolo.
1.
And
I'm
your
so
speed
sorry.
is
Excuse me. Excuse
30 feet.
me. Excuse me.
We're professionals here.
I'm so sorry. Excuse me.
Burps directly into the microphone. Damn it, this is a serious moment, damn it.
Oh my god.
You remember that inspiration you just got?
Take it out.
Remove it.
Take it out, everyone. Let's bring it back. Take it back now, y'all.
I'm
On hot this
sorry.
time.
All right. Back in the zone. Let's go.
You saw this thing, a literal creature from potentially your nightmares, charge out of the jungle, and its mouth looking like it was going to swallow your head whole and fight or flight took over. And for the first time in probably a very long time for Crow, it was flight, and you just took off. You didn't care which direction you were going, you just went. Crow, roll me a perception check.
He's a perceptive boy. He's good. He's good at those.
And that would be a 10 with a nat 1.
Oh shit.
You kidding me?
I will say this.
God.
That is exactly what you do here. But you don't know what direction it came from.
Wait, say that one more time?
After Taylor once again made that noise, then that is what you heard. You just you just don't know which direction it came from.
So we obviously know that we have people missing, right?
Oh yes, your two birds of prey are gone.
All right. So I will say Xanthi is probably going to cast Firebolt up into the air to give some sort of location for anyone who is separated from the party. So she's going to just extend her hand up and cast Firebolt into the air. So you are going to see what would look kind of like a flare.
We're going to get all these converging in just a moment, but I do want a little bit of a reaction from Crow. I mean, this isn't the most out of the ordinary thing for you. I mean, sure, rather than it being a concrete jungle, it's a literal jungle for the first time in your life. But you're a scout. You're a survivalist. You're not without tools.
Crow's gonna start looking to see if he can find any trails from any type of animals.
Roll a survival check.
Finally. 23.
23. With a 23, there are very clear there is a very clear track of large three-toed tracks with one of the toes being longer and sharper. And as you kind of follow it, probably about 25 feet down the trail, in a branch up, there is a white feather stuck in the branches.
Crow's gonna keep following the trail.
Okay. So, back to the dial. Xanthi has been very active in trying to get some sort of signal for Clucky or Crow to follow coming back. Petrichor and Barrow, how are we doing in this moment?
Petrichor is still kind of kneeling on the ground, dagger in the neck of this thing, just breathing heavily.
Oh. I will say that once battle seems to have quiet, his hearing catches that noise and he immediately starts moving slowly toward Petrichor. Petrichor?
Petrichor.
No response.
Borrow will attempt to place a hand on their shoulder of the arm that they're using to do the stabbing.
You feel them jump slightly as you make contact.
Come back.
You watch them sit down on their heels, letting go of the dagger and just kind of staring at their hands that are covered in blood for very different reasons than normal.
Borrow will immediately drop to his knees, grabbing the hands and cupping them in his. It's all right. You're all right. Are you all right?
I don't hurt things. I don't kill things, and I just did.
Yes. Life, I'm afraid, sometimes gets complicated. But now, I'm afraid we have two friends we need to find.
You notice them for the first time actually taking in the surroundings. First in a little bit of confusion, then realization, and you just hear them trying to do like the deep breath techniques that you've taught them to kind of calm down and recenter themselves.
Borrow is going to, as they begin to breathe with them, and while they're doing that, they reach for one of his little gourds of water as he uncorks it and uses it to rinse off the hands. So he's just cleaning Petrichor's hands with it. I promise you, I will do my best to help you understand this cycle of life and death that we have to face. But our journey is not over. And we have people to fight for, do we not?
Yeah.
Bar is going to force a smile, and he's just going to turn. Care for a lift?
I think so.
And he just puts his hand over his shoulder so he can help them.
So, with this, back to Clucky. You took off into the air, trying to break your way through to past the canopy. And when you finally get there, you see that you are in the middle of a rather large jungle. And there are some spots where you can tell like the trees are spaced in such a way for such a long period of time that there's probably a river. some spots where it seems to kind of level out into more grassland, plains-ish. And beyond those trees, on pretty much on your left side, as you're looking beyond them, you see ocean. While you're up there, make a perception check for me.
It's going to be a nat 1.
Are you?
That one. That being said,
Can I use my inspiration for him to re-roll?
No, you can't. You're not even there.
But as
No,
a player,
no, no.
God
Let the
damn it.
chaos happen. Let the chaos happen, Sandy.
You're ruining this for me. God, I'm trying to make sure that like the person who does the most damage doesn't die because we no longer have Lovitar.
That's not up to you to
Crow.
decide.
Xanthi worried about the person who took 3 turns to take down one of these animals when herself and the child took it down in 1. It's not a competition, but
Hey, I
Just
worry about. Hey, Xanthi does like the out of everyone aside from Petrichor, she adores the barbarian chicken. Okay.
we all love Clucky. So that being said, taking in just the vast expanseness of all of this and how different it is from what you just came from, it's a lot to take in, and you just kind of, take that moment in the air, let it sink in, and after a moment, as you're looking around, you see a mote of flame in the sky. Came from the trees and shoots up for probably, it's a good distance away from you, almost 500 feet away from you, but it comes above the tops of the trees, about like 40 or 20 to 40 feet, something like that.
Firebolt
And
has a range of
extinguishes.
120 feet, so it would have shot upwards over 120 feet.
Right. Trees are tall though, so it's getting that little bit above the top of the trees.
Seeing the flame, more Clucky would fly towards that direction, staying above the canopy, trying to not to lose sight of where that firebolt came from, and try and reach that location.
As you start heading back, Crow, you know that you are on the trail of the most dangerous game, which is, in fact, Clucky McCluckerson. And as such, you're no fool. You do keep your eyes peeled upwards, and as you're getting peeks through branches, it looks like he is flying above the canopy back towards your direction.
Crow will kind of like follow underneath as much as he can. Just kind of like observing as he goes by, like back following.
In probably about a minute or so afterwards, I will just ask really quick if the team by the dial, so Xanthi, Barrow, Petrichor, if you guys are going to be trying to follow them or if you're going to try to stay put.
I would say that Barrow would have, after picking up...
Upon Xanthi...
I would have said that after picking up Petrichor and putting them on his back,
he would have attempted to, based on his memory of where, in which direction they moved, he would have just taken a few steps in that vicinity, just keeping his senses open to see if he can sense anything. Potentially even, try to use tremor sense. He would be keeping an eye on to see if he can perceive or hear either Crow or Plucky, but also he would like to check what is the status on the creatures he felt up above them now after the battle has ended.
Okay. We'll get to that in about a moment. It's not long as you guys start moving that eventually you meet up with well, actually, first, Clucky, you'd be able to spot them through the canopy and probably would come down, join the party, and then a few moments later, Crow, you would emerge from the trees as well along. It's definitely not a path. It's a trail, the trail that is being led by the tracks of what Clucky was chasing. Together, once again, what's the plan?
Crow's gonna walk directly to Borrow. Just head down. Borrow, you would be able to tell that it's basically the walk of shame.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what happened. I haven't felt that fear in years. I'm sorry.
You see Barrow is standing there holding his staff with both hands as he usually does when he's just listening. And he just moves closer to you, places a hand on your shoulder, and then leans closer. It is only when we welcome fear that we cannot be surprised by it. Be grateful for it, for it will teach you much more than you know, especially in a time like this.
I told you I'd watch your back. And I ran.
Promises are like life. They too can expire, but also can be renewed.
Holy shit.
You're gonna hear clicking and popping as he pulls out the mag of a sniper and reloads the shot that he took and shoves it back in. What's our plan?
We need to find safety, wherever that may be possible. I do not believe we are in a state to confront anything else right now. Clucky, was there anything you saw that could be used as cover or protection for us?
Clucky, upon returning, covered from his fists up to his elbow in blood. Face spattered with blood as well. He's locked eyes onto Xanthi with the battle axe. And he hears you call to him, but he doesn't respond in the moment. He just the memory of seeing Lothar walking away from the dial right before the dial transported us here.
Is Xanthi able to see this kind of distress on Clucky?
He's staring right at you with the battle axe.
Xanthi is just going to walk forward. She's not going to say anything. Because she knows that anything that she says isn't going to really mean anything. She is just going to take the battle axe that he dropped, and she is going to place it in his hands and close his little feathered fingers around it. And she's going to kind of, in a way, kind of enforce being like, Lovitar wants you to have this. And she's just going to look at Clucky and just kind of almost like a look of understanding would probably be the best way to put it. Just being like, I understand the pain that you're feeling, but Lovitar would not want you to be weak in this moment, is what she's trying to put in action, I guess, more than speaking, because she knows that speaking to Clucky really doesn't do anything aside from yeah.
Clucky firmly grasps the axe. He looks over to Barrow, just gives a slight nod, and just takes flight once more, and goes directly overhead to try and spot some suitable environment to take shelter in.
Is there a cave or anything nearby?
While
Right.
Clucky looks for shelter, we're going to take a quick break. Make sure that everybody has everything that they need. We will see everybody back in just about 10 minutes, and we will see what happens. Yeah, just that. There's no more words. See you soon.
Be back.
Whee!
Hello, everyone. Welcome back. To Be Diced Adventures, presenting the Dimensional Dial of Dr. Diago. While we wait for our wonderful healer to come back, I'm going to take this moment just to recap a few things. Number one, please be sure to tune in this Sunday for Frontiers of Eberron, headed by our wonderful producer, Michael St. Gregory. Handful of us will be there as well. Hopefully we don't die as the proverbial and literal fog rolls in. More so worried about what Alfie's going to do to us, but that's beside the point. That also being said, next Wednesday, I believe that we are checking a few schedules to make sure, but we will not be having Dimensional Dial of Dr. Diago. It is looking like we are going to be trying our Holiday Rogues Gallery, headed by this handsome devil down here, Tarzan. You want to give a quick promo as to what the viewers can expect?
All right. To those of you that have not tuned into the previous episode of Holiday Rogues Gallery, it is a series based on a bunch of holiday patrons where they experience surges of essentially of a power trip and go on a rampage. Our newest victim as of this holiday is going to be Robert, aka the Easter Bunny, played by Xanthi here. They will be going on a tangent with a magical grenade launcher of sorts and terrorizing people. So
Nice.
tune in to see who stops that.
We shall see. We shall see. So there is that. As always, please like, subscribe, follow, do all the things on the other social medias. Of course, we're trying to build a little bit of following there as well. Tell a friend if you like what you're seeing. Definitely tell somebody that you know that's into D&D, into some people that just watch streams and such. Maybe just people who are in for a good story. Let them know what we're doing here, because we are all about stories. With that being said, I believe that we are all right now. So
I'm all good on this end. Y'all don't sound like robots.
beautiful. So we continue with the group heading, looking for some type of shelter, which I do believe was going to be headed by Clucky. You can go ahead and make a survival. Okay. Isaac, you have your hand up. What's up? What's going on, buddy?
Hey, I'm gonna search all the corpses and fillet to get some meat, and also
Ooh.
if I happen to see one alive, I might hog tie it.
I will say Xanthi is going to definitely check the one that tried to attack her because she feels very
It is in. Let's actually backtrack to that really quick. Clucky, if you did roll survival already, just put it in chat, and we will come back to that, because obviously we can't leave this thing that Taylor's been waiting to dominate for 17 sessions. Can't just leave it on the floor and walk away.
that literally Borrow just fucking murdered as I was trying to get us an army of fucking raptors. I know
remind
your brain
you.
chemistry got changed and shit like that. You know,
No,
it's the
that is not-
apocalypse, but whatever.
If
The
I may
chaos.
remind you, it's not dead.
I just want to take a brief moment to say that I am glad that when it comes to somebody being upset about the brain chemistry joke, it's not the person that the joke is directed at. It's me that is actually upset about the jokes.
What?
Oh goodness! It's that bit that just keeps coming up, and I'm like, oh god, okay. It's changing my.
I just learned to accept my fate because I know that I will never get any break from this. So I've accepted it. Matt, my suggestion is you probably should do the same.
Build a bridge.
I can just kill everybody here. There's
Go
that.
over it.
Traumatize me harder,
that
Daddy.
would still.
Because then you wouldn't have a good storyline. We're the reason you're here, DM. Don't you
Hey! Do not provoke the DM. All
call
right?
you
Matt,
out on
Matt.
this?
Matt, hear me out. Just kill off Xanthi. Let us all continue the adventure.
We still have several. We still have
You know,
several missions
fine.
to go. Let's not
Go
piss
ahead,
off the
kill
DM
off
right now.
Xanthi.
I love how we have Xanthi rage pop up. On
I
the side
love
of
that
the
that just
screen.
popped up out of
Do
nowhere.
Thank you,
Do it.
Michael. Thank
Do
you.
it, you coward.
Oh my! Calm yourself. Where's Clucky? He needs to grapple.
You have to realize Xanthi does not fear death. Therefore, the character who plays Xanthi does not fear the death of Xanthi.
Taylor is a character, not a player.
Do I successfully hog tie this thing?
Wait just a moment. I have a very, very crucial question. Taylor, what is the duration on Dominate Beast?
The duration on Dominate Beast. Sorry, give me a moment. I'm pulling up the D&D Beyond. Don't you chuckle at me mentioning Dominate Beast?
Concentration up to 1 minute.
It's 1 minute.
1 minute.
Okay, so it's probably
Concentration.
not dominated anymore. However,
I'm gonna.
it is
dominate
still going to be knocked the fuck out.
Mm.
So that being said, Xanthi and Crow, you both can do what you will with this unconscious dinosaur.
Not bleeding out dinosaur. Oh, actually, he was shot. That's right.
It was
49
shot.
damage. Crow's gonna hog tie him.
That's fair.
Xanthi's
Muzzled.
What you thinking? What you thinking, friend?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if Xanthi likes the idea of him hog tying this animal.
As opposed to
Letting it roam free and trying to kill us again? It did try to claw your face off.
Fair enough. You know what? Just keep doing your thing. God damn it.
So anyway, Crow's gonna hog tie the unconscious dinosaur, and he is also going to search the other bodies and try to fillet some meat off of them if he can for food.
As long as it's
Yeah.
not off of the live one.
It's not.
Okay.
You want to search the bodies. Yes, one of them has a holy avenger. You're
Yes!
Good job.
I knew it.
typical
done.
dinosaurs.
I know,
Right?
right?
Fucking dinos.
I don't know what they ate. I'm searching the stomachs.
I'm gonna say that the bar is still very much keeping his ear up since Clucky took flight after his request, and also again he knows that there was one that ran away of the creatures that were after us, so
Right.
he's just keeping his ear on the sounds of the ground, and also again like anything above them as well.
Okay, this is what we're going to do. Since we have a few things going on, you guys are kind of stationary. I'm going to ask a survival check from Crow and a perception check from Barrow while I deal with the survival check from Clucky a little while ago. Because while you guys are fucking around with dinosaurs, Clucky can obviously be looking for a place to stay. So, with a 17-year-old in the chat, you take to the skies, you start looking around. The idea was shelter, basically. You know that you were that just looking around, yeah, there's trees. You can stay in trees. It's up off the ground. That's something that you can do.
I think Clucky would probably take interest in the river more so just for the sole fact of fresh water.
Okay.
Looking that direction.
Looking in that direction, looking beyond that direction, there. Now you're looking sort of away from the ocean, and you do see that there is way off in the distance. We're talking about miles now, but there is a mountain range with several of them. Again, we're talking miles now, but these mountains are basically just capped like above the entire range.
Mm-hmm.
There is just a dark storm cloud, and you can see lightning arcing from cloud to cloud. Pretty much like maybe once or twice a minute, something like that, as you're just kind of looking, and it's a pretty sizable storm cloud. And beyond, so I mean, you can guess that maybe there's some caves around that mountain. Between here and that mountain, maybe you'd get lucky and find something. But on the subject of the river, are you gonna try to get closer to it and take a little bit of a gander?
Yeah, he's going to preemptively take a look, get ahead of the group and take a look that way and see if he can see anything that would suit as shelter for like
Do a nice
immediate.
flyover.
Yeah, make sure it's
Right.
safe.
While that is happening, we will do the easier, quicker thing to answer. Borrow with a 26 on your perception. Now that you're kind of like taking in a few things, you're kind of just in the area around the dial. You can actually, if you wanted to, just kind of walk around, do a nice little perimeter to kind of get a little bit of a wider range of what you're able to see. These are smaller. How should I put this? Smaller four-limbed creatures. They have a very large. You with your tremor sense, the way that works, you can kind of get a rough 3D model of whatever it is. They have a very sort of large head with a big sort of snout on it. They have two short hind legs, and then their forelimbs are actually arms that go out into sort of bat-like wings. And there is a good amount of them in the trees, just like, kind of sprinkled in here and there. Like as you're just kind of going around, there's probably like 2 or 3 dozen of them just in the area around you. The one that got away that you were looking for is nowhere to be found. It seems to have hightailed it right on out of there. Crow. Survival to search the bodies of these. I believe that you guys only killed 2 of them. Nope. Yeah, 2 of them. Killed 2, downed 1. Lucky killed 1 off, and then 1 got away. So there's 2 there. You're able to sort of skin them. You get a good amount of hide off of them. You're able to, as best as you can tell, yeah, this is definitely some usable meat. As with raw meat, you should probably cook it somehow. But as you said, you're also going to try to see what this thing ate. There's definitely some like smaller bones. Everything that would tell you exactly what was in there was digested a while ago. And what you do know about just animals in general, you would guess that this is probably a old meal, and based off of the fact that these things were ready to just fight with you guys almost to the end, they were hungry. So not much in them, but beyond that, you can, with a, let me double check here, a 24 for survival on this thing, you can basically pick them apart, take whatever you want from them. But, I mean, I know that you know what a Deinonychus is, of being Isaac, so you know what you can and cannot pretty much grab from it.
Teeth, feathers, some bones. That's about it.
Nice. Gotcha.
And meat.
Taylor, you have a question.
I do. So this one that we have bound, is it currently prone? I'm guessing would
Oh yeah.
be okay.
It is. So mechanically speaking, it is unconscious with 0 HP. Basically waiting for at least 1 hour to pass so that it could short rest and spend hit dice to regain HP.
All right. So while this dinosaur is technically just kind of our bitch right now, Xanthi is going to. She's going to lean down and she's going to attempt to pet it. And I'm going to roll a animal handling check. She's going to try and soothe this animal.
You can roll some animal handling. We'll see what happens.
I only have a +2 in animal handling, but I need my light. Hold on. Beep boop. Good sir, that will be an 18 +2. So that will be a dirty 20.
Beautiful. At this point, the most that I could say is noted. It is unconscious, so any sort of results from this going to take some time, but we'll have to.
You successfully pet an unconscious dinosaur.
I will say Xanthi is, while this dinosaur is unconscious, she is going to take the rations that she has right now, and she is going to hand feed this dinosaur. While she has
hand feed?
Yes.
It's unconscious though.
That's why she's going to hand feed it, because it's unconscious.
And the mouth is bound, so it can't bite.
The mouth is bound?
Muzzle.
Yes.
Yes, this thing's hog-tied and muzzled. I'm taking it with us.
God damn it.
Baby steps. Let's get to shelter first.
Fine. Okay. I
wants a dinosaur puppy.
Okay, fine. I just pet the dinosaur, and I am successful in
I fucking love it.
You pet it, and Crow's just kind of like leaning over it. Xanthi, I wouldn't do that.
Xanthi literally just pushes Crow's face away and just continues to pet the dinosaur.
You go to push his face away, and he's gonna catch your wrist.
And she is going to continue to just try and push his face away. She literally does not care. She is continuing to pet this dinosaur with her free hand. And she is going to try and familiarize her scent with this dinosaur as much as possible. That is pretty much what Xanthi is trying to do. She is trying to familiarize this dinosaur with her. It is prone. She was able to dominate it at some point. She is going to try and familiarize it as much as possible while it is incapacitated.
We need one more. Just one more. Say one more. Say it one more time.
My brain chemistry has changed.
Familiarize. There we go. Okay. Does Clucky find shelter?
Does Clucky find shelter?
All right. Clucky, you do a flyover of the riverbed. Go ahead, give me another perception check.
Oh, good. That's going to be a 12 this time, unfortunately.
12?
The rolls are getting lower.
As you are looking over the riverbed, what you definitely can tell is that this appears to be where all of these all these strange animals would be coming to drink. You see a lot of large beasts with leathery hides. Describing to Clucky, you see most are quadrupedal. You see some that are massive with 3 great horns on their head. You see some with very large, almost diamond-shaped plates going right down their vertebrae. And there are some that, to even Clucky yourself, as great as Clucky knows he is, there are some that are so massive that they make you feel like a baby chick with their great long necks and large whipping tails.
So yeah,
You see some, they're still bigger than you, but very large armored plates going down their back and a very heavy tail. Looks like it would be excellent for smashing. There is, you would actually maybe be a little bit more familiar. There are some animals there. They're probably some of the smaller animals that you see that are. There's a group of like maybe 3 of them. They kind of look like to what Clucky would know as cows, except they are a little bit bigger, definitely more muscular looking, and covered in very long hair. And their horns, instead of just a little bit off to the side, they spiral outwards.
ooh, very cool. None of them in this flyover seem to be predatorial in nature, correct?
That you can see? No.
Okay. All right. With that, he's going to fly back towards the group. He's going to be actively looking for other possible routes on the way back, but for now, his mind's kind of set on this location. Unless he spots something more suitable.
I'll allow you one more perception check on the way back, just to kind of see.
That's a nat 20. For a 25.
As you are flying over on your way back, you're looking and you're like, man, there ain't nothing around here but trees. It's just going to be that riverbed. That's just what we're seeing and stuff. You just kind of look down and your avian eyes see almost directly into a cave in a sort of raised hill area beneath the canopy of the forest.
Ooh, okay. True. Clucky's actually going to fly down to that cave real quick and make a quick marker, a primitive marker for him to use as like reference. So not to the cave, but in the canopy of the trees surrounding the cave above it. So he can fly to it. Make it easier for him to find again.
Probably something like just going to the top and then like breaking off a branch and dropping it between 2 branches so that it kind of sticks up awkwardly, so that when you're flying over, you'd be like, that's my branch.
That works. Yep.
So you return to the party.
Yep. Clucky. Yeah. Sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, no, I was basically just going to round out that, you return, and what are we doing now? It seems that 2 people are just waiting for a dinosaur to wake up to see what happens. And
does Clucky look like he's trying to actively communicate something?
I just got back, so.
No, I am saying, is Clucky trying to tell us, like, hey, I found something?
Given the recent events, Clucky's probably going to be more on the vocally quiet side. He's not very, not really wanting to communicate all that much, given the loss of Lothar and Scree. But he taps Barrow on the shoulder and looks down at Petrichor and just does a head motion to follow him. Seeing you, Xanthi, with the still breathing dinosaur. I mean, Clucky's not entirely thrilled by that, but he walks over, without even any of you getting a chance to say a word to him, he just grabs the rope binding the dinosaur and picks him up and just starts
Never
carrying
mind,
him.
Matt. Never mind.
Xan-
Texting Matt, can I drag this thing? He's like, what's your
Xanthi-
strength? And you're like, I pick it
Xanthi,
up.
upon seeing Clucky pick up this dinosaur so recklessly, she is going to put her hands on Clucky, and she's just going to be like, be gentle. She's just gonna try to somehow convince him to just be gentle with this dinosaur, because if we can make this dinosaur our friend, then we have a pet dinosaur.
No, Clucky, seeing the rope, the fashion in which it was bound, kind of gets the idea that you guys wanted to bring it along, so he's
A man of the hunt. Well, a
Yeah.
chicken of
Well,
the hunt.
she's still gonna
Thank you.
try to be like, hey, don't be rough with the baby, like the little baby dinosaur.
This is a full-grown reptile. Speaking of which, how big is this bitch, and how do I need to make an
big
athletics
is
check?
the
We were actually talking about this. So it's a medium-sized creature. These things stand between 6 and 7 feet tall, and they are actually closer to 10 to 12 feet long from nose to tail.
Okay.
They're a couple hundred pounds. You're probably looking at probably over 400 pounds that this thing weighs, because they are majority muscle, albeit that they do belong sort of in the same family as birds and stuff, so probably some hollow bones things. And I think that this is a good time for me to just say directly to the camera, if for some reason this ever comes across Forever NPC, I respect you and I love you, and please, if I get anything wrong, I'm using the excuse that this is a fantasy world.
I'm clipping this and sending it directly to him.
No. We're just gonna, goodbye.
Matt, you look fabulous. No worries. You look amazing. Just absolute chef's kiss. Like, how can we not acknowledge
Chef, and why are they kissing
him?
you?
Like, look at him. Absolutely.
Bottom line, it's definitely baby size. Got it.
Okay. So what do I need to do? So Clucky himself weighs just about 300 pounds with gear. His strength is a 17.
Michael, you stop it. You stop it.
What are we looking at?
The amount of times that we have
always have this discussion.
Are we talking
the amount of times that we have
carry weight
calculated the carry capacity of Clucky McCluckerson. Is your strength 20 yet, or is it still 18?
Strength is 18. Got 2 more points to bump up.
Right.
2 more points, man.
270. So your normal carrying capacity is 270 pounds. That is just you normally, so on and so forth. How much stuff are you carrying?
120 pounds of gear.
120?
Yeah.
So you got 150 to work with. This thing is like 400-ish pounds.
Can Crow help him carry it?
Perchance. We'll call that, the help. Fuzzy rules. We're just going to say that it multiplies by 2.
Matt, I will make it easier on you. I'm going to use my last channel divinity as a cleric to regain a 2nd level spell slot and just enhance ability.
I knew that was coming. So, what was it? 120 pounds of gear?
Yes.
All right, we'll call that all works out. Yeah, you can move this thing unimpeded until the enhance ability wears off, which I do believe is an hour. Yes.
And how far of a distance was this cave that Clucky spotted?
Oh, you were flying just for a few minutes. However, on foot, it'll be a little bit longer. You think, though, that you could probably, as long as everybody else keeps up, you can make it there in an hour.
Okay, cool. All right, yeah. He's going to shoulder this big boy and just take lead of the trip and walk that direction.
All right.
First time you guys are going to see him walk instead of fly.
I will say Xanthi would be following very closely behind, just again, Just making sure like the dinosaur tries to feel as safe as possible as it can, being hog-tied and dragged by a giant shit.
To give Clucky leverage, I'm going to use his. This is the first time I'm breaking this out. A quarterstaff, using that as a carrying stick, just making it easier for him to shoulder the weight of this creature.
Do we really want to figure out if a quarterstaff can support 400 pounds worth of animal? Does it really make things easier, Tarzan?
It's reinforced. It's okay. It's made of dinosaur bone.
Anyway, regardless of the method how, we've already done the math, and you will be able to make it to this cave.
Can we sleep now?
We're getting there.
Please, let us have a long rest.
When you are approaching the cave, I would like a volunteer to roll a d20. Wow. Petrichor and Crow raise their hand at the same time.
13.
Let the birthday Themlin roll.
I already, I rolled as soon as I could to get that garbage. It's a 13.
13. Okay, gotcha. So, you make it
passive 17.
Passive what? Your passive D20 roll is a 17.
Yeah.
No wonder you're all fucked up with your roll.
They just get inspiration for it being their birthday. Come on. It is Themlin's birthday.
I already got inspiration for the shirt.
Awesome.
Let's see what events transpire here.
Yes.
As I put the shirt on, I was like, first person to point it out gets inspiration tonight. All right, so you make it to this cave. How are we approaching it?
I will definitely say that Bar is going to lead with Tremor Sense on that.
Okay.
He would basically, the moment that he sees that it's a cave that Clucky has led them to, he would just approach with his staff, have a moment first of just standing outside, ear toward the entrance of the cave, before he does a moment of having with his foot just stomping on the ground.
Okay. Roll a perception check for me.
That'll be a 21.
Ooh.
21. You send your senses into the cave, and it's not a terribly deep cave. Probably, if we're being honest, maybe it goes back probably about 50 feet. It's also not the tallest cave. You're looking at probably about 5.5 feet at the tallest points. So most of you are going to be kind of crouching in and out of here. Either that or just darn close to the top as you are moving around. Or you're a child, so doesn't really matter. The cave, however, is uninhabited.
Ooh.
Lovely.
Okay.
Can we sleep now?
Clucky is going to set down the Dionecus on the ground, and before walking in, he's going to inspect the surrounding area to see if there's any recent activity of anything that indicates that something is living here or not.
Check your survivals.
Sir DM, what would my sense of smell tell me?
Ooh.
Also check your survivals. Actually, no. For you, it's perception.
Crow will just be standing out next to the hog-tied dino, just keeping a watch outside of the cave.
Okay. And I know that Xanthia is not being more than an arm's reach away from it.
It's going to be a vulgar 20.
Vulgar 20. I like it.
Mine is a sad 10.
It's sad 10.
With a sad 10, you just kind of take that deep inhale, and there is a humidity in the air. There has been ever since you arrived, But as you are now by this cave, it's actually gotten a little bit more humid. And what I'll give you is that you know that you are closer to a good source of fresh water. Clucky, what was your total? I'm sorry.
Vulgar 20.
Vulgar 20. Correct. So
And
as
that-
you are looking around, this is how we'll do it. Roll a D100.
Ooh. I like that. That's a D8. We need the hundreds. There you are.
Roll both dice so that you get the 10s and the 1.
Yep. Gotcha. All right. Wish me luck, guys.
Good luck.
It's going to be a 57.
57.
Not bad.
You are kind of looking around, and maybe about 75 feet from the mouth of the cave, you see heading in the direction of the river a group of tracks that appear to be from large quadrupedal animals, and they're big. They're they're big, they're heavy, and what I will give you on a vulgar 20 is that on a few of the nearby trees, there appears to be scratches in the bark, like something was
Marking territory.
running up and down.
Uh-oh. Oh, boy. Well, I mean, we're stronger, smarter, better, faster.
Or maybe they were just eating from the plants, which means they're not predators.
Yeah, no.
That they're still marking their territory. I more fear animals that mark their territory compared to those who want to eat us.
So, Clucky,
Hippos
upon
are
seeing that, he's going to gather wood and set 2 separate piles at the mouth of the cave and point at both of the piles and make fire hand.
Upon seeing Clucky gesture for fire, Xanthi is going to cast Campfire.
Oh, that works. That's better than what I had. Piles of wood.
Hey,
Well.
my cantrip cast Campfire.
I like that.
Create bonfire does just make a magical fire in a 5-foot cube. That being
I
said,
also do
with
have
that 5-foot cube, what I was going to say is that the cantrip is concentration up to a minute. However, if you are doing it for this concentration up to a minute on a pile of wood, I'd say that you're done enough to make it catch fire, and then you have a sustainable flame for a nice little campfire. As this is happening to Crow and Xanthi, it is beginning to stir.
What is beginning to stir?
Crow's just gonna like bend over and just keep a hand on the neck and see if it opens its eyes.
Xanthi is going to go ahead and cast Dominate Beast again.
All right.
For like a minute.
Hey,
turn hostile again.
Hey, the thing is that if we can get this thing to be our friend forcefully.
No. Dominate Monster Beast only works for a minute. Once the minute's over, it's hostile again.
Well, yes, but if we convince it to be our friend, then maybe we can be friends.
Can you cast Dominate Beast again? I know that you had to cash in some sorcery points before.
Give me a moment. I am looking to see if I can cast Dominate Beast again.
I'm also gonna say if you are trying to like befriend the beast,
I have 2 sorcery points. No, I can't. I cannot cast it again. Nope.
I'm also gonna say if you're trying to make the beast like tame the beast, animal handling and patience are the way to go versus casting a 1-minute spell.
Then I will go ahead and go about that route because if anything, Xanthi is just gonna just pet this thing.
Is this this Dionicus is still bleeding, correct?
Yep.
All right.
Bleeding is definitely slowed.
Okay. Clucky is going to rub his hand in the wound, and on the wound, covering his hand in blood of this Dionicus. And he's going to go to the outer perimeter of this cave entrance and just leave smatters of blood on the trees marking territory.
As you do that, Crow's going to kind of take notice of the wound and start patching that as well.
In all honesty, upon seeing Clucky, I would say I would use Control Flame to cauterize the wound and let Crow continue to...
Crow would stop you.
No? What?
Crow would stop.
It's slowed down. It's not. It's obviously not that bad if it's slowing down.
I'm trying to be helpful. God damn it!
If you cauterize it, you're gonna spook it, and then it's gonna freak out.
We're good. We're taking the smart route here.
I feel like that is something that involves the DM, not the individual. I'm sorry, Crow.
You guys come to a decision. I don't gotta say nothing.
I never came to that decision. That would be Isaac's decision.
Borrow move.
Are you listening to Isaac?
Borrow move to put Petrichor Riley close to the cave itself. Keeping so that since Petrichor will be the only one capable of actually going in fully standing, or at least the most comfortably, and he's just going to sit with them there, keeping the rest of the group at a distance, especially with the dinosaur steering.
As it has been an hour, and the two of you have been working together on it mostly, this is what I will do. You can choose between the two of you, between Crow and Xanthi, who is leading, but one of you is aiding the other in an animal handling check.
What is your animal handling?
It's plus 11. Just let me do it.
Yeah, you do.
What the hell? Thank you. Expertise.
Xanthi's just going to be there for moral support.
I'm trying. I love it. Let the expert handle the making of the animal friendly.
I dropped my dice. Where is it?
Thank you.
Nope, hit the floor. It's disqualified.
Oh Lord!
This is brilliant. I love it.
Just let me grab my other dice.
How would everybody's water skins be looking right now?
Borrow's probably a little low.
She is more drinking her alcohol than she is water, so I think she should be good.
Do I get advantage on that with...
That is the help, yep.
Okay. Cool, because the first one was a nat 1, second one was a 19 plus 11, so a very
30.
Seductive 30.
All right.
I feel
yes.
So,
Crow's about
as this thing remains, we'll say incapacitated. It's no longer unconscious, but it ain't moving. What else would we like to do? It's pretty much, that's as much as you're going to get out of the dinosaur for now. So,
is it awake?
Anthony's going to go try and pet it again.
Yeah, it's kind of breathing heavy. Its eyes are open. It's looking around.
I am still going to try and pet it.
Can't exactly stop you. Roll pet. No, I'm kidding.
Crow, how's your water skin looking?
Honestly, he probably would have drank the whole thing by now.
Yeah. Crow.
With how much
or
running he did in the beginning of this, it's gone.
Clucky has definitely drank all of his water by this point, so he's going to hold up his water skins and point to everybody to toss him your guys' water skins, as he's going to go get more water for everybody.
Xanthi will toss her water skin to Clucky.
Baro would do the same.
Yep, same. I don't think anybody's going to argue that the massive barbarian chicken's getting them water.
Baka, 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 baka.
Again, he's not very vocal as of late. He's been very quiet compared to what your guys are normally used to. Not really cooing, not really barking. He's just very direct in doing this. Come, give me your skins. After collecting everything, he takes flight and flies back towards the river where he spotted the fresh water. Yes, he does still have the buttons. Well, that's actually a good point. Did those buttons melt yet? We were surrounded by fire.
Yeah, you guys, you guys got fucked up.
It's true.
They're a little melty, but they're still functional.
Okay, all right, cool. So we still got a means of communication should he want to, but yeah, he's just quiet right now and offers to go get water for everybody.
So you head back to the river. It's a couple of the animals have sort of cleared out. As you're coming up, though, make a perception check.
What's in that one?
Are you serious right now?
Third that one. Third that one.
It's gonna be the worst if the way that Clucky dies is because he didn't see the huge dinosaur behind him and then he just ate him in one because he was like filling water.
Like, honestly, the only thing I felt like would have gotten us through this dimension is Clucky as a whole. So we're dicked. We're fucked.
Third that one in a row, dude. This is killing me.
Fucked.
Oh no. Oh.
I think I need to change dice here.
Oh.
Put them in dice jail. Dice jail. Immediately.
I think I found my new favorite one. All right.
It's
fine.
I'm gonna say
It's fine.
I'm not sure if Taylor, just FYI, can you say something right now? Well, with the muted mic. No, muted because I think there may be a chance that your audio is coming from.
Boop beep boop beep.
Yeah,
Yep.
we're hearing the microphone from your computer, not your actual mic.
You gotta change your settings.
Yeah.
Fuck, how do I do that?
Go to settings.
All right, go into settings.
Quick pause in the show while we get everybody.
Meanwhile, are you tired of microphones that just don't adjust to your computer? May we recommend the Clucky mic? Clucky mic. It will make you a god.
Okay, so audio. Here we go.
And then change it to your condenser mic.
Mike, we need help with the mic. Mike, can you help with the mic?
Mike, not Mike.
Mike, guess what day it is? Guess what day it is?
Okay, so I'm talking right now.
There you go. Yeah. Perfect. Good.
Can y'all
Good
not
to go.
hear me now?
Yes.
Wonderful. I
Now
am
that we have
so
that sort of-
sorry. Because that means I have been snacking while y'all have been.
Yep, we heard everything.
It's fine.
God damn it.
No, you're fine. You're fine. You're fine. You're fine.
All right.
My snacking self does not appreciate this.
Clucky's about to die.
All right.
Yep.
Yeah.
R.I.P. Clucky.
Back to our regular scheduled show. Clucky experienced in that one in perception.
Yes, you did. Tarzan.
Uh-oh.
Fucking A.
Given a promise that I have given to another player, I am instead going to bank this nat 1 for later.
Say what?
You refill all of the water skins without incident.
Okay.
I am horrified as to what this outcome is going to resolve in. Like, seriously. Like,
Consequences
shit.
for a later time. Okay, that's
We're
great.
fucked. We're fucked. We're fucked.
Let's do this. Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. I mean, I successfully got water. That's cool.
Clucky
What does-
returns, distributes the water skins, and to all of you, for the first time in a very long time, it's just you guys. And there's nothing pressing. There's nothing. Oh, we have to go inspect this castle. We have to go grab this nuclear material. We have to go get the crystal back from some goblins. You know, there's none of that. You guys just got dropped here. It's the middle of the jungle. Yeah, survival's a thing, but you guys got shelter. You guys got water. You guys actually have food. And you guys have a source of heat. It's getting closer to sundown. And you all, even though you're in this strange place, and you know it is a much of a survival situation, you all get the feeling that you can take a breath and just be for a moment.
That's a huge change in pace.
Mm-hmm.
Jeez. Yeah, Clucky. I would say Clucky's been sitting at the mouth of the cave in between the two fires this whole time, just quietly watching as the wildlife outside is going about their business.
I will say Xanthi will probably use like the last of her 2 sorcery points.
That one's too upbeat. Sorry.
It's why I paused.
That was a little better.
All right, so I will say Xanthi will probably use the last of her like sorcery points to get the 1 level of first level comprehend languages. And I think she's going to sit down and ask Clucky, what's wrong?
Is this the one where everybody can understand me, or
No, just
you're
just
clucking with Clucky? Okay. Or no?
Yeah.
Tongues is the one that allows everybody to hear, comprehend languages.
So, like, Xanthi sits down next to Clucky.
Yeah. No. That was speaking with animals that Lovitar did. That's the one.
Right.
That had...
Comprehend language would in essence still be the same thing, because for the duration you understand the literal meaning of any spoken language that you hear. And I guess for the sake of argument here, cluck cluck is a language.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Mm-hmm. Well,
it is now.
You will use one of her sorcery points to cast comprehend languages and sit down and just ask how Clucky is doing. Because I will say, out of everyone in the party aside from Petrichor, Xanthi definitely, like, Clucky he's an innocent being, and like she wants to look out for Clucky. I'll just say that. So she'll sit down next to him and just be like, so, how are you feeling?
Clucky's gaze remains straightforward. You get a sense that he was slightly surprised that you decided to speak with him, and I wasn't ready to lose another.
None of us are ever ready to lose anybody, but I feel this, out of all of it, I feel like maybe Lovitar maybe found some freedom in that dimension. You know how much Loviatar tormented him.
But I was meant to protect him. I couldn't protect him.
But you did what he wanted you to do, and you protected Petrichor, and you protected everybody else that came through the dimensional dial. You did what Lovitar wanted. As much as he probably wanted to be there for us, he knew what was best. Would you rather him be alive in another dimension or him being dead in another dimension?
I just wanted everybody here.
Xanthi's just going to kind of let out a bit of a sigh, and she's going to nod her head, and she goes, if I could count the amount of times I wished people could be here, my life would be perfect. But we all know that sometimes we're not meant to be alongside other individuals. Sometimes we're just meant to put that little bit of influence in for them. Maybe you didn't leave Lovitar with nothing. You left him with something that maybe he would be willing to try and carry on in that dimension. Just because he didn't come with us, it doesn't mean that he's not here.
Been so good at protecting. I just don't understand how I can't protect Lovitar from what plagues him. Why couldn't I save him?
God damn it. God damn it. My heart. Xanthi is just going to take a deep breath in. You can kind of see almost, she's not irritated, but she kind of has more of a grasp on how reality can change individuals and how it has a huge effect in how it plays in how things end up the way that they do. And Xanthi is just going to she's going to sigh, and she's just going to tell Clucky, Lovitar wouldn't want us to sit here and think if we can save him. He would want us to move forward. And as hard as that might seem, letting go of the people who mean so much to us, know that fuck.
You want to
Sometimes
know what
leaving...
I did before you found me?
What, Clucky?
Before you guys found me, I had just buried Papa.
The man who wrote the note around your neck, right?
Yes. You guys were the first to take me in. Among everyone that treated me as a monster or something to be annoyed at with, you all showed me kindness.
Clucky, I'm sorry, continue.
I just wanted to see this journey through with all of you. And I fear for how this may continue, how this path continues, that we may lose more.
Clucky, as someone who's lived the life that I have, I've learned that losing people is a part of life. And as detrimental as it may be, as heartbreaking and agonizing as it is to lose somebody, it is a part of who we are. And that person is never lost if we continue to live what you think that person would want us to live. And I think Lovitar found peace in himself, maybe in that dimension, but look at Petrichor. Look at all of us. We've all learned some really bizarre, weird ways of navigating through these dimensions. And Lovitar is still a part of us. He's just not here. And I know it's hard to understand, but it's just a part of growing and being who we are.
Matt, how many days has it been since we started this journey?
It's been, what, 3 weeks?
You would have a more accurate answer, but it
I feel
has
like AJ
been-
has the accurate answer.
So it's a little wishy-washy because we got to the dial in the last dimension at around 1 a.m., which at that point would have made it day 12. But it's a little...
Man, it's been only 12 days? God damn. How much is that in chicken years?
Chickens can live up to 14 years, typically 15. Clucky, as of right now, I mean, you guys don't know this, but he's 4 years old. And starting this journey, he had just buried the farmer. And Lovitar being lost so soon after that is weighing hard on him right now.
So is Xanthi the only one that knows that he just buried the farmer before we found him?
You're the first person he just told.
Oh, Jesus Christ. God damn it. Now you're making my feels hurt even more. God damn it.
The farmer to him is his father figure to him. And now he lost someone that essentially is like a brother to him.
Fuck. God damn it. Okay, I will say Xanthi probably will still follow with just being like, when we lose somebody, because the only way Xanthi can relate to this is her losing her mother, but she lost her mother in a very violent way. But I will say losing someone who's kind of like a essential part of your soul, I feel like with how Clucky is with the farmer. God damn it. Fuck the brain chemistry. God damn it. Xanthi is just going to pretty much just stick to what she said. They're always going to be a part of us. God damn it. Why do you have to make Clucky so emotionally in depth? God damn it.
At this time, you'll see Clucky stand up and he'll place a hand on your shoulder. I will protect you all, even if it kills me. I will not lose another.
Xanthi will simply place a hand on his shoulder, mirroring his... Pretty much, if he placed his hand on her right shoulder, she would have placed her hand on his left shoulder. And she would just say, you have a family who wants to protect you. And you are not, and you will never be alone. And she's going to make sure Clucky knows that, and like pretty much he has a tribe to protect at this point. Like she just wants to let Clucky know, like, this family protects him just as he protects us.
He'll nod, and if chickens could smile, you would get a sense that he could smile, or that he's smiling. But he just goes back to being quiet and watches the cave entrance.
Xanthe is just going to tend to the fire and make sure that the fire is good and warm to make sure everyone is comfortable and ready for a long rest if we get one.
Anybody else doing anything during this downtime?
Muted, Victor.
As everybody gathers, I'm going to assume around the fire, Baro and Petrichor have been doing something somewhere a little away. And Baro looks at Petrichor, nods, and then gestures in the direction of the group, signaling for them to go one by one, saying the thing that he just said to them and offering what they're holding. And so Bara turns to the group, revealing also Petrichor, and I'll let you.
Petrichor's first stop will be at Xanthe. And you'll notice in their hands is a small bowl full of the alcohol Baro has been fermenting. And they just kind of look down as you're sitting there. Baro and I, well, it was Baro's idea, but it's to remember those who are gone and to help those that are still here. You know, as we remember, they live. And we'll offer the bowl.
Xanthe will take the bowl, and she will only take a small sip from it, and then she's going to take the rest, and she is going to pour it out for Lovitar and Scree. And she is just going to, with that, she's going to drop the bowl, and she will then take the rest of her bottles and place them in front of her. And she is going to, at this point, pretty much pour them into the rest of her alchemist fire. And she is going to pretty much, at that point, she's going to be like, I'm going to drink for my friends, but I'm now going to fight for those who were unable to make it. And she is going to take the rest of her booze and put it into her alchemist fire to make a ultimate alchemist fire, if possible. I don't know if it's if it can be a homebrew, but she's pretty much giving up her drinking.
Baro, you're going to see that Baro sees this, or rather hears this, and has a slight smile on his face before he gestures for Petrichor to grab the bowl and bring it back to him. And so he will once more repeat and add more of the brew. And he then holds it in his hands, presenting it in front of the group. Those who no longer walk beside us
now walk within us. That which we remember is what summons them. So let us remember them with joy. Let us remember them for what they accomplished and not the absence that we now feel. As we remember, so they live. So he lifts the bowl, drinks a sip, and then once more hands it for Petrichor to pass along the rest of the group.
And they'll go to Clucky next and just kind of actually sit down in front of him. And just... They've noticed a little bit about his demeanor. And if Clucky makes eye contact, he'll be able to see Petrichor looks like they want to cry, but they're trying to hold it together because they know that other party members are struggling too. And I'll just lift the bowl towards him.
Seeing Petrichor sit before him, he mirrors the action, sits down as well. He actually hasn't done this before, but he leans forward, extending his neck, placing his forehead on Petrichor's forehead, and grasps their shoulder and just gives a reaffirming squeeze as he takes the bowl. This is the second time this adolescent chicken is about to drink. Takes a sip. I think I'm going to do... What did we do last time? Was it Constitution save to see if he actually can handle it?
Meant to be a sip. It's not meant to be Isaac's. But...
Well, 17. 17 for a second attempt at drinking. What do you think? He holds it down? Yeah?
That's
Takes
fair.
a sip.
17 is good.
Petrichor,
Firewater.
you're gonna
It's weird.
Petrichor, you will notice that his eyes kind of light up with the aggressive chemicals reaction to his very select taste buds. So he drinks it, swallows, and like gives like a kind of sudden tense reaction with his body before handing the bowl back to you with a slight cough.
Xanthi just slowly like places her hand on his back and just pats his back. She kind of is expecting this from Clucky. Because she's just like, this little baby is trying alcohol for the first time.
Petrichor will just kind of try to give a reassuring smile, stand back up, and then go over to Crow.
You'll see Crow not exactly around the fire. He's right next to the entrance of the cave. He has his sniper leaning up against the wall next to him, the tied up dinosaur also next to him. And you can see that he's just staring straight ahead, just listening to you guys.
They'll sit down in front of you, cock their head a little bit, and just say, I know you haven't been with us for long and that circumstances led to you not being able to keep your promise. But I wasn't able to keep mine either. In remembrance. And then we'll hold the bowl forward.
Oh. As you lean to take the bowl from Petrichor, you, with the shift, you feel that there is something in a pocket that should be empty.
I reach in and grab whatever's in my pocket.
This is what you would know as, nobody else would know. You would know as an iPod.
No way.
With the white corded headphones wrapped around the body of it.
Patrick, or you'll see Crow go to lean forward to take it, and he kind of stops, reaches into his pocket, and pulls out this little thing. And you just see tears running down his face. And he kind of pauses for a second, and he unwinds this cord that's around it and puts one in his left ear and hits play.
There's a song queued up on a playlist titled Kit's Playlist for the End of the World. It's a song by an artist named Alexander23, and the song is titled See You Later.
Now that's not fair. I love that.
My brother in Christ, my heart.
Great, now they're genuine tears. Crow will reach out and take the bowl with his right hand, holding the iPod in his left. And he'll just take a very small sip. And he'll hand the bowl back.
You'll notice that Petrichor has now at this point also started crying lightly. And he'll just kind of give you a shaky smile before standing up and going back to bar.
As you go to stand up, Crow just kind of like ruffles your hair a little bit.
As you return to Barrow, who has been sensing and hearing everything, he takes the bowl and he dips his finger before he places it on your forehead, and then places his hand on your chest. As we remember, so they lived. And he's just going to hold Petrichor's hand. Taking a moment to gently move and putting the bowl down with both his hands, he just cups their face. And he just uses that time to sort of familiarize himself with their human face. Sort of committing it to memory. Oh, how you've grown, my little Petrichor.
You feel them kind of lean into your hands a little bit, their cheeks obviously wet with tears. They kind of chuckle a little bit. Now I can.
And I will be there every step of the way that I can. But it appears also you will have some taken care of as well. Someone else to protect now. Do you know what I speak of?
Kind of. It's confusing.
Remember, just like us, they too have lost others. So perhaps approach with kindness and understanding. I am sure you know what to do when the time comes.
I hope so.
And then he's just opens his arms, offering himself for an embrace.
They will eagerly just kind of fall into you.
Yeah. Baro just embraces the child. And he resumes with the humming that he was humming before as he slowly just rocks and just
In that in that moment, Crow's just gonna silently lean back against the mouth of the cave and put the other headphone in and just close his eyes.
Xanthi's just gonna be in her own little world, just kind of she's just gonna be in a corner. Like I myself as a player am freaking out, but Xanthi's just gonna be in her little corner.
At this time, Clucky has left the cave and is just making a light patrol just outside of the entrance of the cave, just taking first watch without really needing anything.
Do we take a long rest here?
If you all are bedding down for the night, taking watches, then you will awake in 8 hours, fully rested.
Crow will go out with Clucky after a little bit of listening to the iPod. Are you pacing? You're muted.
Oh yeah, no. Clucky's. I was saying first long rest in a while. Clucky would have been just doing a light patrol, not staying in one place for too long.
One of the times you do stop, Crow's there.
Seeing Crow. There's a level of familiarity between the two of us, so he just gives you an acknowledgement that you're there, and just continues to survey the surrounding area.
Hey, Clucky. Thank you.
He just nods quietly.
I'll take second watch.
At this point, he is feeling a little exhausted, so he does at this time take the offer and retreats inside to get some sleep.
Crow will hand you some of the meat that he got off of.
Ooh.
That way, if you want to, either eat it or cook it.
Lizard meat? Absolutely.
Or make it into a hat?
He will actually also hand you some teeth and bones, seeing that he remembers you taking them from your last kills.
Oh, he did that for Xanthi's desires. Xanthi wanted to make nail bombs with teeth and bones, so...
Well, he doesn't know that. He just saw you collecting stuff.
But the skins of heads he will gladly collect.
He does have a lot of hide.
Dinosaur helmet, here it comes.
Wait, does that mean that I have a shrapnel bomb that I just added extra alcohol to?
We'll talk about it.
No, I'm sorry. Like that is I feel like that was a very valid question.
We'll talk about it. The rest and the watches go unimpeded as you all take your rest to the sounds of jungle trees bending in the wind, the breeze passing through the leaves, and the river in the distance, the occasional braying sounds of large animals yet to be discovered, and a low thunder rumbling in the distance. And as the night becomes darkest before the dawn, that is where we shall end tonight's session.
Saw that coming. Perfect.
Thank you to any and everyone who tuned in. Thank you to my wonderful players who move each other to tears on the regular, being tears of joy, tears of absolute heartache. And without further ado, we will see you next time on To Be Diced.
Thanks for stopping.
Love you guys.
in.